Well, here we go. It is the MJ Morning Show on a Wednesday. I am MJ. I saw Fester kind of... what is the word I'm looking for? I saw Fester kind of blobulate into the studio, and then he disappeared. Oh, now Fester's coming back. Oh, is that a new shirt, dude? Have you worn that one before? That one's pretty hid.
Yeah, this is...
oh, my God. Where did you get that thing?
This is one of my more hideous racks.
You buy a shirt like that, you get a free bowl of soup.
I wish I
Oh, but it looks good on you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Roger.
my God. Where's that from?
This is from the Big and Tall Fat Man store.
Is that what it's called? The Big and Tall Fat Man store?
Yeah, it's called Disgustings. Locations everywhere.
I was trying to come up with the word of you just kind of, maybe slinked in, but there's no slinking with you.
No,
I mean,
you can't slink.
No, you're like an avalanche. I mean, I guess there's no slinking with an avalanche, is there?
Rolled on in and rolled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new, I'm trying it on for the first time yesterday.
Hey, can we get a shot of this on MJTV?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have this on?
Is it
figure
picking
out what
up
it
the
is.
pattern? Is it picking up the pattern? It's like
I can't even tell what the pattern is.
I have no idea what this is.
it's orange flowers.
Is it flowers?
Yeah.
I
And
thought it
then
was
some
birds.
leaves.
Hold on a minute. Do you hear this? Do you ever hear that song? Anybody?
Of course.
Yeah,
All right, so both of you have heard that song.
of
Yeah,
course.
it's like it feels like a late 80s song.
That would be mid-'80s. That'd be
Mid-'80s?
like 1985-ish,
Okay.
1986-ish. Yeah, that is. Do you know for extra credit for the bonus round, do you know what band sang this little clip from a song? Do you guys know which band it is? Let's go. Anybody? Come on.
Starship.
That is correct. Did you look it up or do you know?
It came to me because of another reason. Because Starship popped into my head for another reason.
Why did Starship pop into your head?
It's just
I played the hook of Sarah.
because I heard you whisper it to Andrew. I heard you whisper something to Andrew, and that popped into my head.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
it popped into my head, and I go,
that's
who
right.
it is.
Oh, that's right. Because you don't wear your.
I have one ear exposed.
Yeah, that's why you don't hear half the things that go
I
on
hear
the show.
one ear.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to seal yourself in.
No,
'cause-
I'm not sealing in because I need to know. I need to have a free ear.
for what?
You know what she hears most of the time with her free ear?
Yeah, it's important.
It's me tooting.
Yes, exactly. I need to know when that happens so I can evacuate.
I look over, I see Roxanne's ears covered. I'm like, okay, I can drop an SBD and no dice.
Not happening.
And Sarah, next week they're saying Wednesday. I mean, come on, give me an effing break. After Milton and before that Helene, after the storm surge, after the wind event and the rain event. Oh my God, we really?
Let's not forget Debbie.
Debbie was prior, and of course, Debbie was.
This has been a really busy season for the west coast of Florida.
Holy crap! And then next week, what is next Wednesday's date? Like the. What is next?
The 20th.
20th?
Yeah.
I mean, really? We're going to potentially have to be dealing with either a tropical storm or a hurricane on the 20th of freaking November. And the reason why I'm plugged in there, but it is Sarah. Storms are brewing in your eyes. Yeah, it's not the smoothest lyric. They're kind of jamming it in there. Not as bad as on the Serengeti. No. Not quite as bad as Toto's Africa, but it's kind of shoe. So listen, the next storm is Sarah. So right now, this little system down in the Southern Caribbean, this little system to the west, to the east of the Yucatan, this thing's now called 99L. So it's Invest, or the investigation area, Invest 99L, and they expect 99L to turn into Sarah. And, some of the models have it impacting the west coast of Florida this time next week.
So, do you remember we talked to Dennis Phillips after Milton?
Yeah, we'll talk to Dennis Phillips again this morning at 8:10. So book that now. 2 hours from right now at 8:10, we will speak with Dennis Phillips from ABC Action News about Sarah. All right, so that's coming up. Yes,
so
Fester.
You asked him at that time after Milton.
Oh, and by the way, this is spelled S-A-R-A, and that is the same spelling as the next name system. It's S-A-R-A. It's not an S-A-R-A-H. And it's not an S-A-R-A-N like saran wrap. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I always felt the H at the end of Sarah was unnecessary.
Sarah.
Yeah. But anyway, you asked Dennis Phillips after Milton, Dennis, please tell me we're done with hurricanes.
Hold on. First of all, I didn't sound like that.
Yeah, you did. You sounded exactly like that.
No, I didn't.
All right. You kind of sounded like
no,
like, Dennis, please tell me that we're done with hurricanes. And I know he can't predict that, but he said we're going to go well into November.
Yeah, he did say that.
And I'm like,
why don't you remind them of that little ominous tone when we have him on at 8:10 this morning?
Dennis knows. He knows. He's the expert. I wish we could get a little cold
Dennis
snap.
the Menace. Dennis the...
That's what he is.
All right. Yeah, what now?
Don't shoot the messenger is what he is. He's not a menace.
What are you saying?
Can't we get a little cold snap to keep this at bay? If we had something.
Believe it or not, if we do get this system next week. And by the way, one of the models that's been pretty accurate has this thing rolling sort of into Fort Myers. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a tropical storm, whether it is a hurricane, again, there depends on the interaction with land. If this thing starts curving before it hits the Yucatan Peninsula, if it actually goes to the Yucatan and then curves, that's going to change the trajectory. Now, there are a couple of strings out there that put it into the Tampa Bay area, but most of the models seem to want to put it into Fort Myers. And if it actually hits the Yucatan, then it has got a later curve to the north, and it kind of goes north of us. But then if it gets further north, that would potentially weaken the storm more. And would it be an actual hurricane, or would it just be a tropical storm? Could it even be a depression? Anyway, guess what? We could sit here with our thumbs up our you-know-whats and speculate. And let's have Dennis on, and let's have him with his thumb up as you-know-what. Let him speculate.
Yeah.
All right, at 8:10 this morning. So Dennis Phillips is on the way. It's a busy Wednesday show. And listen, it's going to be a normal show. I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of what-ifs. Lyric there. The storms are brewing in your eyes. By the way, if you didn't know that was Starship, I was going to hit you with some audio daily double additional clues like... And, of course, that's from the movie Mannequin, one of AFI's top 10 films of all time, the movie Mannequin. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know that I appreciated it the right way.
Right. And, of course, that's what I've done for, 30 years of morning radio. Well, actually... it would be like 32 years of more under my own auspices. 32. I got my first morning show in West Palm Beach in 1992. Started here in Tampa in 1994. All right. Just getting rolling here on a Wednesday. Let's do traffic. Shriners on MJ Morning Show back in minutes. 104.7 FM is Q105.
Hope your day
All right, 6:20 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Roxanne and Fester and Andrew in the booth. It is the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, which is conveniently located on your radio at 104.7 FM. Hey, I mentioned this a couple times this week. I don't think I've mentioned it for the very, very early crowd, but the MJ Morning Show tradition of doing just interesting prizes continues. You know, back in September, we gave away 5 of those Zoji Rushi rice cookers, and I'm a rice nut. I mean, I love my Japanese sticky rice. You know, when I go to Japan, I'll load my suitcase with actual, you know, Niigata grown koshi hikari rice. And of course, you can buy it in the States. You know, you can buy California grown, or, you know, they do import the Japanese stuff here. But man, for me, there's nothing better. A snack, or I'm happy for dinner. Just give me a bowl of freaking rice. And I just love a good, you know, Japanese sticky rice. And the rice cookers are just incredible. And
you would have made a great prisoner of war.
Yeah, that sounds boring. A bowl of rice.
Listen, look, I'm not talking about like Uncle Ben's, you know, crap. You know, I'm talking about a really good bowl of Japanese sticky rice. And hey, listen, I'm like Oprah, right? Well, just not with that kind of money, and you know, and I'm not a black female, but I'm like Oprah in the sense that you know, I'll do MJ's favorite things on this show, and we'll just give some interesting stuff away. The point I'm trying to make is we're giving away something really interesting next week, and it's close to $1,000 top of the line installed LiftMaster garage door opener from Banco. So Banco is one of our great clients here on the MJ Morning Show. For anything garage door related, you go to Banco. They're the best in town. Banco Garage Doors, Banko. And recently, they and LiftMaster put in these new garage door openers, the top of the lines, in my house, you know, so I could talk about them in the commercials. And then Kim Banco said, hey, why don't we give one away on the show to one of your listeners? I'm like, I love it. I'm doing rice cookers now. Let's give away a garage door opener, you know, next. And to be honest, we were supposed to do this in late September into October. And then I just put the whole damn thing on hold because of the freaking hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, nobody was thinking straight that time.
Exactly. So here's the deal. So now I say, okay, let's do the garage door deal. And then we've got another potential hurricane next week. All right, listen, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So next week, we're going to start taking entries for the garage door opener. And this thing installed, this is like a close to $1,000 value. And it is a really cool prize because it's Wi-Fi connected. It's got 360 LED lighting. It's got a camera that pops down, and it takes video of people coming in and out of your garage. You can watch it on the app on your phone. You can open and close your garage door. You can see whether you left your garage door open or when you left for work on your phone. Oh my God, I left my garage door open. What do I do? Oh, you just hit the button on your phone on the app and it closes your garage door. Anyway, we're going to give away one of these. It's close to $1,000 value installed. It's the best garage door opener that LiftMaster makes and Banco installs, and we're going to give one away with Banco. So we're going to do entries next week, and then I'll announce the winner the Monday of Thanksgiving week. All right, so I'm very, very excited about this. Hey, the Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul, that's going to be this Friday, correct?
Yes, the 15th? The 15th, yes, the 15th, November 15th.
Are you watching that? Are you...
You know what?
That's going to be a good one.
I saw the preview on Netflix, like the little teaser package. They have it as a 4.5-hour event. So,
you got to be kidding me.
I mean, it's going to start at 8 o'clock.
I'm like, when is the actual fight going to happen? Because they have a whole bunch of
undercards.
They have a bunch of undercards. So they get a whole, what are they going to have, like 15 fights before you get to the big event?
You know, I went to the fights.
The main event.
Froggy and I went to the Paul fights both times they were in Tampa.
Oh, that's right.
And there's usually like 4 or 5 undercard fights. And some of them are really good. I mean, the first fight is like, 2 ham sandwiches fighting each other. Right. But the third fight, and then they always have a female fight in there, and one of the females is wildly unprepared, and the other one just butchers her.
Oh my God!
It's awesome. And
listen, I was going to rely on Froggy for this because this is really Froggy's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But as you know, my God, they fired Froggy. That's like from South Park.
Yeah, they killed Kenny.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny. Oh my God, they fired Froggy. So, but you're doing a pretty good job explaining this stuff. Listen, I just need to know what time I turn on Netflix and watch the fight. I don't need to spend 4 hours. My God, that's a flight to freaking Las Vegas. I don't.
So it's the Tyson-Jake Paul fight. If it goes long, that means Paul's going to win. If it goes short, that gives Tyson a better chance. That's why Paul offered Tyson.
You're a boxing analyst now?
No, it's common sense.
Where are you getting this from?
It's common sense.
So hold on.
But this I'm getting from USA Today. Paul offered to give Tyson $5 million if he can go past the 4th round.
There's going to be all kinds of hype building around this. This is all showmanship. These guys are making a fortune. First of all, I've never seen or heard of a fight being performed in this big of a venue. It's being played in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Right. And this was supposed to happen back in like July, right? Was it originally over the summer and then it got postponed, a couple of times?
Yeah,
right?
So something happened to Tyson and he's like, I can't fight.
I have a problem. I'm on Zoloft to keep me from murdering you. Whatever. Anyway, speaking of Mike Tyson, I saw that he ran into a fan who he robbed decades ago when he was a bad dude.
I mean, Mike Tyson had a really rough
his childhood.
Yeah, he did.
And wasn't he sort of adopted by some guy or family, and he was like rescued from the street where he was just a bad dude, like destined for he did go to prison, didn't he?
He did.
Yes,
he went to prison as an adult for several years.
Well, it was the rape accusation, the conviction.
I remember there was a boxing coach, I think his name was
Customato.
Yeah.
I wonder if he cussed a lot. Customato.
I bet you that's how he got the name.
What up, Cuss?
His name is really Ralph. He used such bad language. We're just going to call you curse words.
Yeah.
No, Constantine Customato, he kind of discovered Tyson and saw his raw talent and kind of molded him into that killer of a boxer
machine,
when he was the heavyweight champ the first time around.
And Cuss worked with Muhammad Ali, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. And, of course, Muhammad Ali's real name before he was Muhammad Ali was?
Cassius Clay.
Excellent. Look at you are a boxing analyst.
I do know a lot about boxing.
And what was Muhammad Ali's third cousin's name?
I don't know, but I know his birthday is January 17th.
Muhammad Ali?
Mm-hmm.
And how the heck do you know that?
It's my dad's birthday.
And what is his famous saying, Muhammad Ali?
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Tricked you, not him. That is Sugar Ray. Or is it? Is that his?
Sugar Ray Leonard?
No, you tricked yourself. That was Muhammad Ali.
That was Muhammad Ali.
All of a sudden, when I said that, I was like, wait, but he wasn't a lightweight.
Let's throw it to our ringside reporter who knows half of her crap. Roxanne Wild at ringside. What do you have, Roxanne?
More than MJ knows. He knows zero. You know a little bit faster.
Back to you, MJ.
Back to you, MJ.
Mike Tyson, he ran into a current fan who he robbed decades ago, and this was, I guess, recently as he was getting ready for this big Friday night fight with Jake Paul. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Guy says, you robbed me when I was 8 years old on Amboy and Pitkin.
I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, where was this? So Brownsville. That's so that was in New York.
Yeah, he grew up in New York City.
Yeah, so Brownsville is in New York City. Brownsville's what borough is Brownsville? Is that
Brownsville, New York?
Brooklyn?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, what Brownsville is that? I'm trying to think. I'm just drawing a blank on that. Brownsville is
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I said. Brooklyn. So Brownsville's in Brooklyn, and that's I guess where Mike Tyson grew up. So he runs into this guy that says, "quote You robbed me when I was 8 years old on Amboy and Pitkin." The fan tells to Mike Tyson, and I guess. This is. Do you have the audio?
Yeah, this
is part of like the Netflix video hype package that's running, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So you ready?
Here we go.
All right, roll it. Go. All right, here we go.
You robbed me when I was 8 years old on Amboy Pitkin.
I robbed him? Now he's blaming me for robbing him. Niggas, I robbed
You robbed me when I was a kid, bro. Pitkin. The Woolworth store. Remember Woolworth?
So this guy says that Mike Tyson robbed him when he was 8 years old outside of a Woolworth store.
He was 8 years old.
At Amboy and Pitkin. Oh, my God. That's hysterical. Yeah. Yeah, because I think wasn't he from upstate New York, and then he moved to anyway.
I have to admit I don't know the whole history of Mike Tyson.
The Mike Tyson story. All right, so is Jake Paul going to knock that freaking eye tattoo off his face, or is Mike Tyson going to clean Jake Paul's clock, or is it going to be a good fight?
Well, if it's a good fight, by definition, if it goes the distance, if it goes into many rounds, it's going to be Paul.
A good fight for me would be a knockout. I mean, Nielsen, I'm pulling for Iron Mike on this one.
All right, 6:31. Yeah, I mean those Jake, the Paul brothers, Jake, and what's the other Logan Paul. I find them to be kind of douchewagons. I don't know.
You wouldn't say that to his face.
Yes,
yeah,
I
you
would.
wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Listen,
anyway.
you know what? They're hype machines.
I guess I'd like to see Mike Tyson knock him into January.
I'm of the age where I now root for the older guy. I would like to see Mike Tyson beat Paul's ass.
What's the age discrepancy? Tyson's 58, Paul's 27.
Yeah.
30.
Jeez.
It's a pretty big gap.
Yeah,
It's like fighting your dad.
Yeah. That's quite a discrepancy. Absolutely.
But it's going to be quite the spectacle on Friday night.
Yeah. All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got a great pile of early morons in the news. We'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Weather-tight windows, weather-tight Mike. I think I shared this a couple days ago. I got another text from a very, very happy weather-tight windows customer. And, I mean, Scott just can't stop raving about it. goes, 6:41 at the MJ Morning Show. Fester, I've got a Morons of the News story that you are not going to be able to look up this guy's mugshot fast enough.
I'm ready.
All right. Man, this guy. I will also hold it up to MJ TV. Yeah, we've never gotten the video system that they promised us, where we would have all of us on the screen at the same time. Also, Andrew would have the ability to put a web page up on MJ TV so you could see the mugshot and me not hold up just a piece of paper, to the camera. But, of course, it's all broken promises around here.
That's all it is.
It is.
Well, they are making progress on the studios. Yeah. You've seen people shuffling around.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
They're making progress already.
It's slow progress.
All broken promises. All broken. I'm about, anyway. So, Fester, get ready to Google this. You're going to love this guy. a beauty store bomb scare. Wasn't that a song from Greece?
Beauty store bomb scare.
Exactly. Yeah, can you keep going?
that's the only, let's see.
That's all you know?
It was Beauty School Dropout, obviously.
Right. Beauty store bomb scare.
You better run for cover fast.
Holy crap.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. This guy really likes his makeup.
Oh, my, what the?
This guy is awesome.
What is going on? All right, now, I can hold it up in black and white to the camera.
It does not do it justice.
No, you have to see the color photo.
It does not.
You know what that looks like? It looks like what my kids do. They take my phone and then they put the color app on and they color faces.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. Someone did that to the mugshot. It doesn't even seem real.
Okay, so this guy, what is it? Does it say fart on his head?
I don't know what it says on his head. Andrew, can you grab this and put this up on As Heard on the MJ Morning Show? Is that working yet? That was another broken promise. They said they were going to fix that for years. No, just all you got to do is do a Google search. Beauty store bomb scare. Man's colorful threat leads to colorful arrest. Oh my God! And this is down in this is
Lee County.
This is down in Lee County.
That's right.
This is just south of us. This is down in Lee County, Fort Myers area, and this dude is arrested on a first-degree terrorist threat charge after allegedly threatening to blow up an Ulta beauty store in Lee County. His threats were matched with the weirdness of whatever this guy is trying to pull off. According to police documents and court documents, 42-year-old Timothy Lincoln was arrested after allegedly being overheard by an Ulta beauty employee saying, "I'm going to blow this up." The employees called authorities. All employees of the establishment evacuated the premises.
Was this a real threat?
Oh, my God. Listen, I don't think
he's a really creepy-looking guy, but it sounds like he said it under his breath, or when you overhear somebody.
Yeah.
It's not like he's talking directly to you.
Let me describe this guy. So his beard is blue.
Like a bright blue, not a,
right.
It's not navy blue.
It's Marge Simpson hair blue.
Yeah, correct.
So Marge Simpson's hair, that blue is the color of the lower portion of this guy's beard. Then the top portion of his beard is looks like a gray and brown or blackish. Then we move up to his face, and it looks like he has hurricane spaghetti models drawn with, is that lipstick?
I mean, it looks like it.
He's got
one side is purple, one side is red.
He's got hurricane spaghetti models all over his face, lines in red and purple drawn all over. Then is that a black line under his right eye?
I think that's just the purple gone over like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, is that,
you see, because on that side of his face is like purple drippings or blood splatter.
Then he has red marks all over his forehead. Then he's got the middle of his forehead. He's got a black or a dark purple line going across from left to right in the middle of his forehead with hash marks.
Like a Frankenstein stitch.
I was just about to say a Frankenstein scar.
Yes.
A giant Frankenstein scar across his forehead.
From temple to temple.
And then you think that
I'm trying to read.
Purple, it doesn't say fart.
No, T-U-R-I. Turd? Turd?
I don't know.
Is that a T-I-U-R-I?
Oh, my gosh. But it's not even legible.
Something is written across the upper part of his forehead.
I think that's a T. That looks like a U.
Turry.
Maybe turd. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what it says on his forehead, but he has letters written on his forehead.
All right, so the employees at the Ulta beauty store.
And then his nose is covered blue in the middle of all of it.
I was in an Ulta beauty store for the first time ever recently.
Looking for some makeup for yourself?
Some eyeliner.
Okay.
I want Vance. I'm just looking for some eyeliner. No. So we were in Virginia Beach. It was the Michelle and MJ weekend for Michelle's birthday back in mid-September. Oh, it was a quieter time. It was before the hurricane season really ramped up here in the Tampa Bay area. Now, Michelle and I were on Laskin Road in Virginia Beach, and we had nowhere to be. And Michelle said, "Oh, look, this is an Ulta store. I've never been in an Ulta store. Let's go into the Ulta store." So we pull in and walked around, and that's where Michelle said, "You know what? I think this is better than Sephora." Roxanne, have you been in both Sephora and Ulta?
I think I like Ulta better too.
Really?
It's just more expansive, just more choices. Yeah.
Yeah. So Michelle seemed to like the Ulta beauty store. And I guess this idiot apparently likes Ulta because he didn't threaten a Sephora.
No, he didn't.
He threatened Ulta. Anyway, officers arrived on the scene. They took Lincoln into custody. And the report from CBS 12 says that he had several scribbles across his face. It's not clear as to why this was the case. And I love the last part of the story. Lincoln is banned from Ulta Beauty for life.
Oh, that's a big penalty.
So this is CBS 12. But that's I don't think this was picked up by, I think, a sister station of some Fort, because I don't think there's a 12 down in Fort Myers. Because
no, what happens is these,
because CBS down in Fort Myers is Wink, WINK. What channel number is Wink TV?
I have no idea.
Is that channel 2? I forget.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not an expert on Fort Myers television stations.
None of us are.
Shocked at. I'm so surprised.
Are you shocked at this information?
I don't know what Wink is.
Oh, my God. It is the craziest looking thing. Andrew, were you able to get that up on? Okay, it's up. If you want to take a look at this guy's mugshot, we made it easy for you. Just go to mjmorningshow.com, and then near the top, you'll see As Heard on the MJ Morning Show. You know, I stopped using that tool because it never freaking worked. And, like, we'd post stuff and people couldn't see it because it didn't. Can you go to mjmorningshow.com here quickly?
Sure.
And see if they fixed it? I believe they said they were going to fix it.
Dub.
So when I say that we put a link up that our listeners could actually go see the link, all right, MJ Morning Show. Did I spell that for you, Fester? You having trouble over there or what?
I forgot how to spell morning.
All right, so click on that, and then go to As Heard on the MJ Morning Show. Click on the second thing there. It's right near the top, and then
here.
Okay. So is it clickable?
Yeah, guy formerly. Right, is that it?
All right, hang on a sec. All right, it's a.
Then I have to log into Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't want to.
So here's some stories from the MJ Morning Show. First thing is this guy was arrested for a bomb threat at a beauty store. Craziest mugshot ever. Then I has the link to X, formerly Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let it load.
Click on that.
Man, our stuff moves like molasses.
Yeah.
My God.
No, I still have to sign in.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, hopefully it works for you. If not, just Google Beauty Store Maniac.
Yeah, Beauty Store bomb scaring Google. Don't go to our website. As desperately as we need the clicks.
We're sending people away. That's great.
It's all about.
It's all about the clicks.
Yeah. Why don't you put something you don't need to log in on? Just put the link to the news story instead of having to go to Twitter.
I don't know.
No, the pictures.
So now it's loading.
Oh, now it's loaded.
Now it's loading.
Okay, apparently now it's loaded.
And apparently
it takes 19 minutes to load on our lightning fast website.
Apparently he's from Louisiana.
Oh my God, that's like causing all kinds of turmoil and havoc in Lee County. But man, this guy's mugshot is insane. Hey, have you heard the deal about some of the used tire shops?
No.
And what they do? All right, listen, I've never purchased used tires in my life.
I bought a used tire before.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I saw a story. I'm like, oh, my God, is this rare or is this commonplace? Listen, I understand that some people from financial points of view and, due to, finances, might need to buy a used tire. I don't know if I recommend that. But I saw this used tire story that I just want to know, is this common or is this like rare? Just a weird story. So hang on, I'll get to that coming up in just a minute. Hey, and a lot more, obviously, because we start the 7 o'clock hour next. And then at 7:25-ish, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. If you are concerned about what... It is 7:03 at the MJ Morning Show. Welcome, everyone, to the 7 o'clock hour. So we've got this award-winning segment. Then at 7:25-ish, we'll start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Spread the word. The MJ Morning Show is back. Tampa Bay's most consistent, best entertainment every single morning from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 104.7 FM, Q105. All right, so what are people complaining about?
I have one very vocal complainer.
Oh, jeez. We got complaint departments open, folks.
I don't know if it's a complaint as much as it's just noticing something, but Amy in Lakeland has been contacting us this morning inquiring, what the hell is that white thing on your shoulder, on your shirt near your neck?
Hold on.
Is it like a piece of string?
Which side?
Let me see.
Hold on.
Turn around. Right side. Here, I pulled up some MJ Morning Show video. This is us from last segment.
Is it still? Look at me. Is it there?
Yeah. What? It's like past the seam on the top of your shirt. It's a thread.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you could reach it. It's right. You're.
Oh, hang on a minute.
You see it?
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, it's like a thread that's like right at the top of your shoulder there.
Hold on.
And it looks like a twin brother growing out of your neck.
No, it doesn't. It's just a white. I'm holding it up to MJ TV. It's just a white thread.
Well, Amy.
So wait a minute. So Amy in Lakeland was bothered by a white thread on my right shoulder?
She says, I'm heading into work now, but I was watching MJ TV earlier and it kept bugging me. So
I'm sorry.
I just want
Amy,
you to know.
Would you like me to? I'll tell you what. I'll leave this thread at the front desk, Amy.
Yeah.
If you'd like to come by and hey, Amy, you've just won the thread from my shirt. Bam! Winner, chicken dinner.
How the hell do you have like a random white thread just on your shoulder?
I don't know.
It
must have been on my shirt in my T-shirt drawer. And when I pulled it out and put the shirt on, it must have just remained intact.
Well, I hope you feel better now, Amy. Thank you.
Roxanne, I just witnessed you do the nervous, twitchy hair twirl.
It's not a nervous twitchy.
It is. It's a tick.
It's not nervous. It's like,
you've got to
move on. No, you know what it was?
What
you
is
also caught my eyes. I was like, okay, move on from the string talk. We got it taken care of. That's what you saw.
Are you dismissing Amy's complaint?
No, he took care of it. You sound a
little dismissive toward Amy.
Well, no, it's not Amy. Amy, thank you for pointing it out. Let's continue with the planned show today. Enough
folks,
with the string, silly string.
If you don't want silly string, remember that stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at first. I was like, it might be silly string.
When
but no.
somebody would hit you with silly string, you just want to punch them in the nuts. Seriously.
It's never funny. It's never funny to be the recipient of it.
Silly string. And then you had to go with the silly string brand because that stuff was not oily and slimy and didn't really stain. Do you remember Froggy? This was...
how can we forget?
Froggy, like 3 years ago, brought in some off-brand silly string, and it was an oily mess. It, ruined my clothing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
You got to go... If you buy silly string... I think we still have stuff on the ceiling still hanging.
Over my head on the other side of this light bar,
God.
You can see the pink dehydrated string. Because we wrecked the studio, and then we cleaned it up as best as we thought we could.
But there's still remnants.
And then Mason came in bitching and complaining.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, y'all left the studio wrecked.
Yeah.
We had to clean it up again.
It was his character when he was a British DJ, and he mixed my daughter's song into this British DJ's beats. It was really quite a performance and memorable with the string everywhere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. And then Mason was complaining.
Mason Dixon
is pissed.
Q105.
Yeah. All right, 7:07 at the MJ Morning Show. In about an hour, at 8:10 this morning, Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News, will join us and talk about what is going to potentially turn into Sarah. I think it's kind of a given that we could have a depression, a tropical storm, or even a hurricane coming toward the west coast of Florida next Wednesday. All right, so Dennis Phillips joins us in 1 hour at 8:10 here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And I mentioned tires. Fester, you said you've purchased a used tire?
Yes.
I've seen these used tire places.
They're around. There's a bunch of them.
Right. So what do? Do they go to junkyards and find wrecked cars, but the tires are still good? Or where do used tire stores? Listen, I'm just not in the market for a used tire.
All right, so think about
it. I understand that there's some people that are not in great financial shape, and maybe you got to buy a used tire. You can't afford a new tire. But I'm just concerned about some of the used tires out there because I saw a story. I'm like, really?
You can inspect the tires, first of all. You can see what you're getting. But, like, your car got...
Oh, like everyone's a tire expert, and they can say, oh, my... Obviously, you can detect if the tread is, like, bald.
Yeah, is somebody with an alignment issue.
If you can't stick a penny in the tread and see the top of Lincoln's head or whatever that trick is.
Your car, your BMW got totaled, right?
Yes. If
they part it out, and I don't know if that's what they're going to do.
By the way, folks, it was not totaled because I'm a bad driver. The BMW X5 that we had was totaled because of Hurricane Helene and the water in my garage, and that's why the car was totaled. I'm also told that it was a comprehensive claim, which will not count against me. It was not a collision, and I'm told that that will not be held against me, even though that was a hellacious claim that my insurance company had to pay out.
We're all, glad there's a resolution to that matter with you. But
thank you.
If they part your car out, what's wrong with the tires?
Well, interestingly, I was getting ready to put new tires on the vehicle.
But so you buy a car and you own it for 3 or 4 months and you get rear-ended and it gets totaled and they end up parting it out.
All right, so you can get good used tires.
Yeah, you have to be buyer beware of what you're getting. But these shops don't stay in business by selling crap-ass tires that blow up, 3 miles down the road.
By the way, I feel really guilty, and I'll get to the. Let me before I forget. I feel guilty on my car claim a little bit. I mean, I don't know if I should feel guilty, but my insurance company is really, really good. We've got USAA, and they were really, really... I've heard so many people complain about State Farm. I've heard so many people complain about Progressive. My next-door neighbor, they had 3 cars totaled because of Helene, and they can't stop bitching about Flo. My neighbor wants to gut punch Flo.
Flo gotta go.
Seriously, my neighbor just will not stop complaining about the horsing around with Progressive. I don't know what's going on. Well, listen, I think a lot of insurance companies are protecting assets and trying to pay out as little as possible. Listen, we've had some hellacious claims in Florida. I'm just going to tell you right now that USAA has been tremendous. I could not speak higher. And, folks are like, hey, MJ, you weren't in the military. No, but Michelle's family. Michelle's dad was in the U.S. Marine Corps for 28 years, and I have USAA eligibility when I married Michelle, and we've been with them for, 35 years or something. Well, no, I've only been married for 30. I think it's 30 years. 30 years with, but they were just tremendous. And I feel a little guilty here because I had a certain payout on our X5. And that's if I bought out the lease, I had a payout. But the negotiated payout was like $12,000 more than what I owed. And so now I think it's an $11,600 credit with BMW leasing for the next one. Okay. I have an $11,600 credit because my car got flooded in the garage, all right? Then I was about to put new tires on the car, and, those X5M tires, they're expensive. That was going to be like $2,500 to put the new tires on. So, I mean, I get a 1-year newer car, which just got built. It just rolled off the assembly line. Up in South Carolina. It's waiting to get on a truck. It should be here by the end of the week, and it's coming from BMW at Tampa. So they gave me an awesome deal on the replacement vehicle, and that's where. But I feel a little guilty, and I speak from a position where a lot of people have had this issue with thousands of cars were flooded with Helene. With the storm surge in the Tampa Bay area. I mean, there are like 12 cars within 4 or 5 houses of my house on my street that were destroyed.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm happy for you that it worked out like that, and I'm happy you're singing the praises of the companies that enabled this to happen. But I have to tell you, as someone who has some damage that they're dealing with, not our personal home, but you talking about this is like just reminding me of all the bills and all the hassle I have to go through with this stuff. And so it's irritating.
Hold on. What are you saying?
What I'm saying
I have no idea what the hell you're saying. But you don't have any. You don't have any hurricane damage.
Yes, I do. I just don't talk about it because it's other people are going through more serious stuff and rental properties.
Well, listen, and I've said a million times on the show that on the 1 to 10 scale of worrying about me, I'm a 0. Yeah. So I have tons of empathy for people that are in far worse shape with house damage, more severe vehicle damage, or just hardship with that. People are like, "Oh, MJ, sorry to hear about your car." I'm like, "Don't be sorry. My problems are a 0 on the 1 to 10 scale." And I'm more concerned about the tons of other people that have had major issues with these hurricanes. I'm just pointing out that, here
it worked out well for you. Well, that's good.
But I feel guilty about that it worked out in that particular fashion. Anyway, and I'm sorry for folks that have insurance companies that are hosing them. I really feel bad. If you're having a hard time with your adjuster, your appraiser, your particular insurance company, and I just know that there are several companies that I've heard specifically that are just, not behaving very well right now, and I'm sorry for that.
All right, are we getting back to used tires?
Yeah, so back to the tires.
So a couple things on tires real fast. If you ever buy a pre-owned tire, did you know, MJ, that they mark the date of manufacture or the date the tire was manufactured?
Yeah, every tire has the week of the year and then the year. So if it says like 4225, it means it was made the 42nd week. I'm sorry.
It means it was made in the future.
Yeah, it means it was made next year. No. If you have a tire that says like 4222, it means that it was made in the 42nd week of the year in 2022.
Right.
So every time, people don't always know this, but you're 100% right. There's a date code on every single tire.
Yeah. So, if you're going to buy a pre-owned tire, make sure it wasn't made like in 2014.
Anyway, here's the deal. And this I was like all Scooby-Doo over here. A guy warned against tire shops that paint the tires black to make them look new. Have you heard of this? There's some kind of paint.
There's some kind of like a Armor All type thing to polish them up.
Listen to this. If a used tire shop is selling gleaming, slick tires that look fresh out of the factory, give some pause. Because they might be trying to dupe you. There's a video that's gone viral, and this guy is informing viewers about black tire paint. And there's this whole discussion, a whole thread that's been launched due to this.
I'm not mad at this. Listen, if I buy a tire that has 5,000 miles on it, right? It doesn't look like a new tire.
No.
But if I want it to look like a new tire, you gloss it up or you paint it. Okay, I'm not mad at this.
Well, but they're painting the tire black with like black paint. So the dude's name. Listen, what do you mean? Who cares?
If I buy a tire that is still perfectly fine but has like 8,000 miles on a 60,000 mile tire,
then leave the natural rubber black color instead of trying to make it look brand new with black tire paint.
As the buyer, I'm like, okay, I want a good looking tire.
Listen, Izzy White is the dude. Izzy White puts up a video and he's showing a stack of tires at a used tire store that. And he then notices that there's cans of black paint, and then he sees the stack of tires. They're painting the tires in the back of the store to make them look factory fresh. And he says, you guys got to be careful who you get tires from. And then he zooms in on a large white bucket of black paint, BTP. Black tire paint. Apparently, it said BTP on the white 5-gallon bucket, and they're painting the freaking tires at the used tire store to look like they're brand new.
Yeah, I'm much more concerned with the quality of the tire than if they paint them or not.
Listen, I'm sorry. All Tire Supply indeed sells black tire paint, a 5-gallon bucket for $109.95. So there's a company called All Tire Supply? And from them, you can buy black tire paint to paint tires to make them look new?
I mean, think about it. Yeah, I mean, if you have like a used car lot or something, you're painting on every one of them.
No, you don't. That's deceptive to like get a used tire and not like have it portray the natural worn.
It's like having your second wife put on makeup. I mean, no, it isn't. It's okay.
Listen, dude, I mean, you're a natural-born huckster, all right? You're a natural-born shyster scamster.
If the steel cable radials are hanging out, that you don't buy that tire.
Remember to never buy anything from you.
You know what? You're unbelievable. It's a tire shop. They're polishing up their tire.
They're not polishing. There's a difference between Armor All
They're painting it.
They're using black paint to paint the tires.
They're refurbishing it.
What's
sorry.
the disconnect here? They're making a tire look better.
I got a problem with this. I'm sorry. I just got a problem with it. Listen, all right, folks.
Think about how many tires are going to be at these used tire shops now that all these cars are being totaled. Because these like you pull it lots don't deal in tires.
Listen, you never know what the hell's going to pop up on the MJ Morning Show. Next, 1 hour, 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ. Hey, I'm considering a cosmetic procedure. And I want to know if I should do it. Also,
like painting a tire.
No.
Okay.
You're going to get a rib removed?
Natural features.
Also, hang on. Fester took a video at a Redbox. You're not going to believe this. I got to post this on my Instagram next. During the commercial break, I'll post this. But we're loaded. I haven't even scratched the surface of what's coming up. And I'm telling you, it is going to be an amazing hour and 20 minutes. Dennis Phillips is going to join us live at 8:10 to talk about this impending new hurricane heading toward the west coast of Florida. So Dennis Phillips coming up at 8:10 in just a little bit here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You know. To say hello to all of our MJ Morning Show listeners as we launch an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right here at 7:27 on a Wednesday. Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News. He will join us at 8:10. Why? Because of Invest 99L, which is most likely going to turn into... I'm sorry. Sarah, stay away, please. Please, just stay away. Hey, Fester.
Yes.
I got to post this video. Let me see if it's downloaded and ready to go. Okay, my looks like it's all done. My download has been my phone. Maybe I need to.
I don't know.
Maybe I need to reset. Let me reset my phone. I'm going to restart my phone. No, I had the video's downloaded, but this is regarding something we were talking about with red boxes. And the fact that Redbox is out of business, and they've got like 23 or 24,000 machines littered all over the country.
Yeah.
And there's like no plan to get these things because the company is broke. They filed for bankruptcy.
There's no plans to pick them up. There's no plans to service them. Are any of them still operational?
I don't think
No.
so.
Do they collect money anymore?
They weigh a gazillion pounds, tons. They're heavy.
Yeah, they are.
But then we were talking that some of them have like a chemical in them, or like some kind of fluid.
Oh, great.
Or lubricant that you can't just bring to scrap yards. You have to dispose of it
It's like a hazardous material.
Yeah. So these things are really
they're nuclear. They're radioactive.
I mean, pretty close.
No, I don't know.
Pretty close.
I don't think they're radioactive. All right. So you said you had a treat for me. You have a surprise for me.
Yes.
What's my surprise?
All right. You ready?
Yes.
I can't have you close your eyes because I need you to catch.
All right. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
All right. The hell? Shackalicious gummies?
I've known about these for a while.
Wait a sec. Shackalicious XL gummies?
Yeah, I've known about these for,
These are giant gummy Shaquille O'Neal heads?
Several months.
I get to eat Shaquille O'Neal's head
and
in the form of a gummy?
I think there's 3 flavors, blueberry, strawberry, and peach.
Do we need to confirm that these are not psychedelic gummies or not THC gummies?
We bought them at Walmart, so
let me read the
Read the
label.
ingredients.
Yeah, I don't trust Fester. He's going to give me edibles over here.
Listen, I would mix it in a drink if I were going to slip it to you. I wouldn't hand it to you.
Hold it. Manufacturer for fantastic candy brands? I never heard of that. What is this? Made in Canada.
Okay.
So what are the Canadians big on gummy manufacturing?
No, but they're big on Shaquille O'Neal. Hello.
Wait, how long have Shaquille O'Neal Shackalicious XL gummy heads in peach, berry punch, and orange? How long have these been out?
I think I've seen them maybe for like the last 5 or 6 months at Walmart, and it just never occurred to me to bring them into the show. And then Andrew brought a bag to me this morning,
right?
And he's like, "Hey, have you seen these?" And I was like,
"Hey, Shaq, tell me about your giant gummies."
Yeah. My giant gummies are fantastic.
Hey, I'm going to take one out.
MJ should try my gum.
I got a blue one, so I guess the blue is going to be what? It's going to be a berry punch?
I guess so.
Oh, my God. Look at the size of these Shaq gummies.
That's about the biggest gummy on the market.
They're the size of a big palmetto bug crawling around your house.
Now, turn it around. You can actually see the contours of his face.
Oh, yeah.
So each gummy represents Shaq's head.
I'm chewing on Shaq's head right now.
I'm currently working with a collaboration with Papa John's to have the Gummeroni pizza.
my
yeah.
God.
A little sweet and salty, tangy.
Melted Shaq gummy heads all over your pizza.
So I know that you're a fan of gummies, and I know that I'm a fan of Shaquille O'Neal, my favorite athlete of all time.
You know what?
And I thought you'd appreciate them.
They're tasty.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Where did they rank between your Albanese favorites and, Harry Boo or, others?
I don't know that you can compare Shaq's face to actual bears.
Well, the flavor you can and the consistency.
You know what? They're tasty. It's different. I do like the Albanese gummies, but they're different. But the Shaq, it gives you gummy pleasure. It does. The Shaq giant gummy heads are actually fairly tasty.
I find them to be a softer gummy than like the little bears that might be a little chewier.
Okay.
Right.
But I'm a fan of the Shaka Crackalacka. What's it called? Shaka gummy. But I've seen them at Walmart before. Andrew, where did you pick up that pack from?
Hang on,
You got my video?
Yeah, I got your video. I'm going to post this now. Go ahead and have a conversation while I post this.
Andrew, turn your mic on. Where'd you find those Shakaroni gummies?
They came from Walmart.
Yeah, see?
Hold on. Andrew bought these?
Yeah.
I've seen them before, and I've purchased them. And I just didn't think to bring them into the morning show. Andrew saw them maybe yesterday or the day before, brings them to me this morning and says, "Have you ever seen these?" And I'm like, "Duh, yes." Is it offensive to say "duh" to people? I don't know. I say, yes, I know about them. And then I wanted to surprise you with the bag.
All right.
So I don't want you to eat the whole bag. I want you to throw them back.
I'm here.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, listen, I'm doing the caption right now on this IG video. I'm about to post a reel that Fester sent me. Car smashes into people, steal. I don't want to give it away just yet, but so I'm not reading you the whole caption. Car smashes into blank, people steal. I'm literally doing the caption right now for the video,
so,
and then I'm going to post this.
If you
people
look at the gummies,
steal.
If you look at the gummies, you can see Shaq's face in the light, Roxanne.
Oh, I totally see it. But you know what I have to say?
What?
Guys, these aren't, I wouldn't compare them to gummies. They're much more Swedish Fish-like. They're not as hard as a Swedish Fish.
They don't.
She's right.
As far as consistency, yes.
That's what I'm talking
but
about.
they don't taste like Swedish Fish.
No,
okay, all right. No, you're right. The consistency is similar to a Swedish Fish.
I put Swedish Fish in the gummy family. Sorry. Apologies to all offended. Apologies to all Swedish people and Shaq. But what is it? It's the Shackalicious XL gummies. They're pretty big gummies.
All right, I'm posting this right now. I'm not going to caption it, but I did put I put the little headline over the video.
So a listener turned me on to this.
It is posting right now on my Instagram. Fester reveal. Go.
A listener contacts me maybe a week and a half ago, and we were talking about Redbox and how people are breaking into them and how they're still littered all around town. And they tell me, hey, at this 7-Eleven in kind of the Carrollwood area, somebody broke into this red box, and he says it's all torn up, and he sent me a picture of it from the outside. So I know where this is. I drive by last week. So I go inside and talk to Mr. Patel, that's his name, who is working inside. And Patel says, he goes, I said, what happened to the red box? Somebody broke in? And he said, no. A car hopped the curb and smashed into the red box.
And busted the door open.
Yeah, accidentally. I mean, it was an accident. The car came in too hot.
Coming in hot. Here I come, coming in hot. Right in the 7-Eleven parking lot. Oh, red box.
So the car smashes into the red box,
right?
Pries it open, and then leaves. And then people were just walking by, reaching in, stealing all of the movies.
All right, I just posted the video, and it's a picture of Fester with a dumbfounded look on his face.
Well,
or maybe it's just a dumb look on his face.
I'm an ugly man. Right. I mean, there's really no good picture of me.
So I just posted the video, and it says, car smashes into red box. People steal DVDs. So the car jumps the curb at 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Listen, they're lucky that the red box stopped the car,
Thank
or
God.
else this car could have been. First of all, why doesn't the 7-Eleven have those bollards? Don't most 7-Elevens have those like yellow painted bollards?
You know,
this one does not have it.
This is it looks like a smaller, older 7-Eleven. You know, it's not like some of these new, huge ones.
You know, the bollards are those like metal and concrete poles, and a lot of times they're painted yellow, and it prevents a car. You know, you've got a Circle K, a Wawa, a racetrack.
They all have these concrete and steel poles.
Yeah, because the volume of cars pulling in and out. I mean, the odds are that someone's going to hit the gas instead of the brake, or whatever, and smash through your store. I mean, with the volume of cars you're getting every day, every week, every month, every year, I mean, just the odds are that at some point a car is going to jump the curb and smash into your place.
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
And a car took out the red box. It bashes the whole door open. And then Mr. Patel at 7-Eleven tells you that then people pilfer all of the DVDs inside?
Yeah. He said they disappeared within a couple of hours. And he said it was loaded with DVDs.
Right, go ahead and refresh this. Let me play your narration on the air. You ready? Go.
All right, MJ. So we've been talking about Redbox going out of business and all their machines. And I'm at 7-Eleven right now in Tampa at the corner of Gun Highway and Hutchinson with my son Hudson. We just got a Slurpee, and a listener turned me on to this. Look at this Redbox machine. Oh my God, it has been hit by a car. Hudson, back up. Let me get a look at this. So I just spoke to the manager of the 7-Eleven. He said a car came up over the curb, hit it, cracked it open, and then it had about, he said, 200 DVDs in here.
DVDs, Fester.
All right. Been stolen, and Redbox has absolutely no plan on how the hell they're going to get this out of here. But look at this.
Oh, that's great
so we're
video.
at the 7-Eleven on Gun Highway in Hutchinson.
All right, so the video is up on my Instagram right now. Go to Certified MJ Radio and take a look at the video. Go to Certified MJ Radio. And you shot this, what, a couple days ago? When was this?
I think it was a week ago Monday.
Okay.
So, it was last week. It was last week.
So take a look at this. And by the way, there are not a couple of hundred movies in there. I think the average red box had somewhere around 500 movies inside. So it was more than 200 movies. But people went in and then ripped off. What is the ruling on that?
Finders, keepers, losers, reapers.
I mean, Redbox is out of business. A car smashes into the Redbox. The whole thing busts open. And then you reach in and grab handfuls of DVDs.
It's like a pinata, like a busted pinata.
Yes,
Candy.
it's a movie pinata.
Redbox pinata. I mean, but is that illegal? I mean, the company's like bankrupt. Car smashes the thing open. Are you allowed to reach in and grab all the movies by the armful?
I'll tell you what, if I have like an F-150 with like the bull bar on the front, I'm going around town collecting movies.
You're just smashing.
Now that I know they opened this easily upon impact.
You're smashing into red boxes all over. You get like a Mad Max plow on the front or something, and you start plowing into red box. You can open up a used DVD store with thousands and thousands of units in inventory. Anyway, go look at the video. You can see Fester and his son. Yeah, that's all your kid needed was a giant Slurpee to juice him up even more.
I will tell
He's
you.
not hyper enough.
It was the small Slurpee.
Give him 64 ounces of sugar.
It was
That's
the
fantastic.
small one. Look at it. It's a kid's cup.
It looks bigger than a kid's cup to me.
It's a small one. But anyway, I couldn't go to 7-Eleven to do this video without him bitching and complaining for a Slurpee. So he got one. And then he was super impressed with the Red Box machine. He thought it was the coolest thing. The most impressive part to him was that people were starting to fill it with empty beer cans.
I did see a beer can
like,
inside.
There's a soda can in there. I was like, it's not a soda can, kid.
If you ever wanted to know what a red box looked like inside, go look at the video.
I mean, you don't see this every day.
Go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at the video. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Also, give me a follow. If you're not following me on Instagram, you get quality crap like this. And check out all my other stuff on there. Hey, if you don't like me, unfollow me. All right? Certified MJ Radio. So check that out. I got a couple of times at 7:42. All right, I got a couple of school fool stories I want to talk about. First of all, are kids getting dumber?
Ooh, is this what I sent you about SAT?
Well, the story's everywhere. This is not an exclusive Roxanne, but you might have sent it.
I didn't say I reported
From
it.
the
I sent it to
Roxanne
you.
News Network, the RNN, we have breaking news about dumb children. Reporting live on the scene, Roxanne.
Breaking news, Roxanne. Go ahead,
I
deliver.
just broke this. I've been collecting data from around the Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, Pasco County school districts.
Deliver the breaking news.
In the news center, Roxanne Wilder standing by with the update.
Kids are getting dumber.
You heard it here first on the RNN, the Roxanne News Network.
SAT scores down.
Yeah. So, but did COVID have something to do with that? Because we've heard about test scores going down. That COVID was really bad for students.
Yeah, it really was.
COVID,
all different ages too.
I mean, COVID just dumbed kids down. Listen, my kids are idiots now. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Julian is.
I'm kidding.
Chloe's really bright.
All right, Roxanne from the News Center. What do we know about this?
SAT scores have been declining rapidly across the pond in the United States, and we're happy here in London.
Wait, hold on. What?
We threw it to the London Bureau of the Roxanne News Network.
This is a freaking Florida story. Why are you doing a British accent?
Listen,
because I'm talking about the dum-dums in Florida from Great Britain.
the RNN has a partnership with the BBC. And
yes.
Apparently, this is according to Wesh TV, which is NBC over in Orlando. The average SAT score in Florida has dropped to 948 in 2024. That is 18 points lower than last year. And this is amazing. Nearly 70 points lower than 2017. Paul Cottle, who's an FSU physics professor, told Channel 2 Orlando that he's concerned about the declining scores. It's sort of a tragedy for Florida students that they've been falling backward like this. He said even at the university where he works, like FSU, he has to teach math skills in his physics classroom. And he says that's because the students aren't prepared.
Yeah, they never learned it.
He said, I haven't had to do this until the last few years. I'm telling you, it's COVID. COVID effed our kids up.
I mean, they're in college now than they were, early high school when COVID first hit, or maybe leaving middle school.
You know what the crazy thing is? It really did affect, no matter what grade or age a kid was at, it affected their learning. It really did. My daughter was VPK at that point in time, and I feel like we were behind on stuff and had to work to catch up. And then Daviana, she was trying to learn to talk then, and she talked. Once she got it, she didn't stop talking, but I felt like she was a little delayed because, that's how you learn to, your phonics.
Sure.
You're looking at people's mouths move and you're understanding tongue placement.
By going to school and seeing other kids, absolutely.
Yeah, or going to the grocery store and seeing somebody talk without a mask on.
I got a call yesterday, and I was very alarmed at the information. I immediately panicked.
Was it from the SAT Bureau?
Well, no. I'm shifting gears,
okay.
Fester. I've segued to something else.
It wasn't terribly obvious.
I got a phone call yesterday, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I immediately had to act and turn over all my information because I was rattled by this. So hold on. I'll explain in just a matter of moments. You want to hear this call. You want to hear this voicemail that they left because you might be getting this call later today or in the next couple of days. Maybe you've already gotten it, and maybe you reacted exactly the way I did. This very, very scary phone call, and I've got a recording. I'll get to that in just a second. First, though, should I do it or should I not do it? So,
butt implants.
No, if you, I don't know if you can see it on MJT. Have you noticed this little mark on my face?
I have not.
So I'm considering this cosmetic procedure.
Is it like a wart?
No, you know what? There's a name for it.
Is it some kind of blemish?
You know, it's yes. I have a blemish on my face.
Is it mollusca?
No, nothing to do with mollusks.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's like kids get it on their knees and stuff, warts on their knees.
No, it's not that. I know exactly what this is, and it's very, very common. Don't say, oh, it's skin cancer. It's not.
I see it now. I've never noticed it until you pointed out.
Really?
I see a little bump like on your face line right
so there. It's right below my right eye, below my lower lid by, I don't know, maybe what, half an inch, an inch. So I've got this little like raised bump, and it never used to be there.
Geez, now that I see it, how do you even go out in public?
I mean, now that I notice
I
it,
look hideous.
It's really horrendous.
I look hideous. So I'm pointing to it right here on MJTV, and maybe hang on a sec. Maybe I'll take a picture real quick, and maybe I'll post this on my. You know what? I'll make this easy.
Oh, yes. Let's put it on the Instagram.
Let me take a picture, and I'm going to post this on my Instagram.
Yeah,
and. All right, hang on.
I mean, now that you've pointed it out, it's all that I see on your face, where before I didn't notice it at all.
Yeah, I never noticed it until you pointed it out. Now I can't stop looking at it.
So what is the cosmetic procedure to alleviate this hideous mole troll thing on your face?
Fire! Fire! Fire!
They burn it off?
They burn it off.
You have a black dot on your face for a couple of weeks until it falls off?
So that's the deal.
Hey, is there a way that you can do it in advance on it? Do you have another one of those somewhere on your body that you could try the Bernie procedure to make sure you're not going to scar? That's what you do.
I got one on my crotch too. No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, just do that first. Nobody sees that.
Let me find markup. So I'm gonna circle this right now. Let me grab the pen. I'm gonna grab red. And I'm going to circle this.
I mean, you won't need to circle it. It's
done.
So big and hideous.
It's not big and hideous.
Now that you know what you're looking for, it's not like a Where's Waldo where you're asking somebody to find it.
Hang on. Let me save the copy. I'm going to post this right now to my Instagram.
All right.
So if you were watching on MJTV, you might have seen it. But let me post this right now on my Instagram. And I don't have time to caption it. But all right, I'm posting this right now so you can go also to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and I want you to leave a comment. All right, so I'll caption this later on. I just don't have time to do it right now. It's posting. It's finishing up. Stand by. It's posting. It's posting. It's posting. All right, folks, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and take a look at the blemish, the raised bump on my upper cheek just below my eye. The picture is up right now on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Leave a comment. Should I have this removed or should I not have it removed? Now, I haven't revealed exactly what it is. What is that, Andrew? Hold on, turn on your microphone. Hold on, what? What's going on?
Andrew, talking to the microphone on the air.
What should I do?
I didn't say anything.
You said I have a phone call.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah, she's still on hold. She is a dermatology nurse practitioner.
All right.
Easy for you to say.
Hi, MJ Morning Show. Welcome, Melissa, dermatology nurse practitioner. You're on.
Hi, how are you?
All right, so Melissa, I have not revealed exactly what I have on my face, this raised bump, but there is a name. Do you know what it is? Can you guess what it is?
So I just now looked at your picture, but before I looked at your picture, I was guessing it was a seborrheic keratosis. Those are typically easy to remove with just a light, like freeze with an LN2. Some liquid nitrogen.
All right, so you might be along the same lines. I was told it was a sebaceous thing.
Oh, a sebaceous hyperplasia.
Yes.
It could be that as well.
Okay, so
those can also be easily removed with just a light little freeze. It causes sometimes a little blister, and then it gets a little scab, and it peels right off the skin.
Yeah, right. Could he do Elsa spray? That's what we call the mollusca wart spray. You do Elsa spray.
That's what I call it for the little kids as well. Yep.
All right, so
you can do that, or you can do electric hypercator.
Yeah, well, that's my dermatologist told me that he would like hit me with some spark gun and like burn it off, and then I'm gonna get like a scab. So I was thinking about doing it like
before Christmas break.
I was thinking about doing it right before, because really our last show, I'm gonna be leaving town right after our last show, so I'd have to do it like maybe the day before vacation, and then because I don't want to have I don't want to have a hideous scab on my face on MJTV.
But what about for holiday parties?
With the sebaceous hyperplasias, you can usually just zap those really easily with the hypercators. And I do them. My husband's Italian. He's oily. He gets those all the time.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. My husband is Italian. He's oily.
I'm Italian and oily.
Yeah,
Melissa,
so oily.
Like garlic knots oily?
Like olive oil coming out of the skin.
Oily skin is more prone to the sebaceous hyperplasias, but if you zap those, I mean, I've done it for people, and it barely even leaves a mark. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think you could probably do it at any time, and it's just going to heal up. Just put a little Vaseline over it.
All right, so it is bothering me a little bit. It doesn't hurt. It's just when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you know what? That was never there. And then I saw my mother over the weekend. She's like, Todd, what's that mark on your face?
Yeah, Mom's always picked that stuff out.
And then she dabbed the tissue with her spit and started to, dab it and try to wipe it off. All right, so Melissa, I think I'm going to do it, but you know what? I'm going to leave it in the hands of the listener. So, folks, so you looked at my picture on my Instagram, right?
Well, I commented before I actually looked at it, but I put sebaceous, seborrheic keratosis. Those are a little more raised and rough and a little kind of, some people call them barnacles on their skin because they grow and they get big. So
this is sebaceous. All right, so Melissa, you're a dermatology nurse practitioner. Should I have this thing? Should I have it burnt off? Yes or no?
You don't have to because it's benign. But if it's bothering you, then do it. It's not going to leave a mark.
So it's strictly cosmetic, right, Melissa?
Yeah.
And then it's not prevalent, but also I've developed like a couple of little moon-like craters up on my forehead, which I think those are also sebaceous as well.
Okay, just leave him. You could be Barnacle Boy because you like scuba diving.
Barnacle Bill. All right, Melissa, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks for checking in. All right, so here's the deal, folks. My cosmetic procedure, should I or shouldn't I? It's in your hands. Should I have this little thing burnt off my face? Yes or no? Leave a comment on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Yes or no? My cosmetic procedure is in your hands, folks.
Oh, my God. What an extreme close-up of your face.
It is. It is. So it's go to my Instagram right now, and I took a selfie. I zoomed it in. I circled it in red. Should I have that thing fried off?
I mean,
yes or no?
Like a 2-second appointment. Like
you're
coming.
Oh, no, it's very fast.
I would go for the Elsa spray if I were you. Well, I would do whatever Melissa just suggested, but Elsa spray is fun for the kids.
Or should I do it just before Thanksgiving so I'm hideous for all the guests? And maybe the scab can fall off into like the
stuffing,
the stuffing that I'm making. Yeah, or the Brussels sprouts or something,
or the cranberry sauce.
This is really chewy. Michelle, you really made these great.
All right, so go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Take a look at this hideous raised bump. Should I have it burned off? Yes or no? Leave a comment, and I will bring the results. Probably tomorrow.
Do Roxanne and I get a vote on this?
Yes, you go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and both of you guys leave a comment.
I'd like to submit a mail-in vote.
Why don't you go ahead and just leave a comment? All right, on to this little scam phone call that I got yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. What if it's not a scam? Oh, my God. No, it wasn't a scam. I gave them all of my information immediately. All right, so this is what I got. So I get a phone call, and it was detected as potential spam. So my phone rings, and I get the whole red border on my phone, and it says suspected scam caller or spam caller, and I let it go. So I didn't answer it, obviously. Some of those spam and scam calls, they will leave a voicemail.
Yes.
Some don't, and it just hangs up as soon as it detects voicemail. So this is what I received. Anyone else get this? And did you give them all of your information just like I did? No, I'm kidding. All right, listen to this. So first I get this music. So I even trimmed the music down. There was like 30 seconds of freaking music before they start talking. So I truncated the front of this. Listen.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
All right, so this went to my voicemail, but I would imagine if it was a live call I picked up, you push 1, I'm going to get some shyster scam bitch in India or something.
Probably.
And then they're going to ask me for all of my information. Oh, let's verify your account. What's your name, your username, your password, need your social security number, need your checking account, you got your routing and this and that, your banking information. So, clearly this is a phishing trick. Don't fall for this, folks. Don't fall for this phone call where they're trying to get you to go, oh, my God, I didn't authorize $1,499 for a new MacBook Pro.
To authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
Oh, my God. 1. Hold on a minute. 1. Hang on. 1. 2. I'm pushing all the buttons. All right. Anyway, listen.
All right. Did you call them back at least?
No, they didn't leave a number. The thing is, they call you live. You hit 1, and
they get you.
They're trying to pretend like this is real. And folks, don't fall for that crap. It's just a fishing expedition. But guess what? They do this because idiots fall for it. Idiots like, oh my God, I didn't authorize $1,499 for a MacBook Pro on Amazon. I better give them all my information. Everything.
What do you want to know?
How about some blood so you can get my DNA as well?
I'm an open book. Where can I submit the urine sample?
All right. So just heads up, warning on that. Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News, will join us in just a few minutes. So 8:10. About 12 minutes from right now, Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News, will tell us all about the bleep and bleep.
I want to just be wearing like boots the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you will. Rain boots.
All right.
I know.
And then right behind it, there's like a cold front that could put us down into the 40s or something. I mean, it's bizarre. All right, hold on. Andrew wants me to take line 5. Hi, good morning, Tony in Bradenton. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, guys, good morning. Hey, I get those same calls, MJ, okay? And maybe it's something you should reconsider as well. How about, since Milton, I'm sure, has passed away by now, how about his kid Chauncey? That's what I'll do to these guys.
No, Milton Fludgecow has not passed away. Milton Fludgecow is in very good condition and is very happily around to do whatever you need him to do.
Great. So we should bring him back as 2.0 because that's what I'll do to these guys. They'll ask for the credit card information. I'll do 3, 6, 9. Oh, hang on. Let me start again. To the point that they get all upset and they hang up.
They realize that you're pulling their chain.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly,
Yeah, I have done that before. I've run some of these scam artists through the ringer, and you get them all excited, then they start escalating you to the next level. And some of these boiler room scammers, they've got the original, like the field ants, the army ants. They do the first round, then they move you to like 2 or 3 different people when they think they really have you, and then you waste their time, and then you let them have it and say you effing bleep, I'm not giving you any. Screw you, you scam artist, blah blah. Then they like curse at you and hang up. Hey Tony, thank you, buddy.
Hey, the other thing I've done to these guys, I'll call them back on that same number. Sometimes it doesn't go through, but sometimes it does. And when it does, I'll just freaking phone bombed them. They just keep calling and calling and calling until they get pissed off. So.
I love it.
Anyway, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You too.
You too. Take care.
Have a lovely day.
A lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, all right. 8:01 at the MJ Morning Show. You see a school fool story here. You have a 13-year-old arrested for threatening middle school students in Pasco.
Does it seem that there's just more threats this year?
Well, a lot
more
of
things
them.
are being reported this year than in years past.
It seemed like there were a whole bunch of them in August. Remember, like the
right off the bat.
The first couple of weeks of school back in August, there were like tons of threats in a whole bunch of different counties. Now we've got a 13-year-old student arrested for making death threats on social media. Hey, listen, you little punk. Why don't you use social media and just put like skin blemishes up there like I do, instead of making threats against schools? All right? How about that?
How about you put pictures, close-ups of your father's cheeks?
Yeah.
On your
or me shoving Joe's Pizza of Miami in my face, or, the duct tape or the speed tape on the Spirit Airlines wing that I got last week. Come on.
It just seems that, this year, I don't know if it's just more happening or more being reported, that there's just more school-related threats or people bringing things to school. It's just ridiculous.
According to news reports, the student was out of school on suspension from Thomas E. Waitman Middle School, and then started making threats. I guess he was home, had a lot of time on his hands, so he starts making death threats on social media against other students at the school. The sheriff's office up in Pasco says, listen, there's no threat here. And
so what happens to the kid?
Kid goes to a gulag in Siberia. They hand him over to Putin.
There you go. Yeah, but what happens to him? He gets arrested. Does he have to go to court? I mean, obviously he has to go to court, some kind of court. Are they going to give him some penalty, drop a charge, throw him in juvie? What do they do? I mean, the kid sounds like he was, was a little disturbed.
I think potentially all of the above, actually.
I mean, it's not like he's an adult making these dumb threats.
All right, speaking of dumb, you always wonder, is this real? Or, the Steve Harvey clips that float around from Family Feud?
Yeah.
The really outrageous ones where the answers get really... Yeah,
and then Steve Harvey gives you the same. Steve Harvey only has like 3 expressions. It's like, all right, Steve Harvey says, okay, the contestant said something dumb. I'm going to do Steve Harvey surprised expression number 2, like...
That was funny. You had to be watching MJTV for that. That was good.
You had to be watching MJTV. So
okay, so you're very surprised. Look, the other one, Steve. Steve is shocked and talks down to the people. I can't believe they answered that.
Yeah,
he laughs into his.
I'm
sleeve.
shocked at this information.
No, don't tie Steve into that party. Steve wants nothing with that Family Feud.
I wonder if Steve Harvey ever went to a P. Diddy freak off.
I'm shocked at this information.
If he did, what would his face look like, MJ?
You have to watch MJTV. All right, so this has nothing to do with Steve Harvey, but I was just pointing out that it seems like some of the clips that they post on social media, they like deliberately have a certain question. They're looking for these reactions, and then for Steve Harvey to make surprise face number 1, 2, or 3. There are only 3 options, but his
fourth one is counting his money. Let's not underestimate the empire that Mr. Harvey has built for himself.
All right. So this has to do with Wheel of Fortune, and I have not seen 1 second of Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest because, frankly, I just find the guy to be a bore, to be quite honest. So, and I like Pat Sajak. I found him. I've always liked Pat Sajak. I just didn't find myself watching Wheel of Fortune. If I found myself watching a game show in Prime Access, the hour before prime time, it was Jeopardy. I mean, listen, I don't want to. Listen, the smart people show is Jeopardy. The Wheel of Fortune's for dummies. All right, listen, that's the bottom line. All right.
Wheel of Fortune gives out better prizes.
All right, so here's the deal. The latest worst answer ever on Wheel of Fortune. Are you aware of this?
No.
You're not aware of this?
This has happened during the Seacrest regime?
Yeah, this just happened. So there's a veteran police officer that's on Wheel of Fortune, and he makes the guess, and it's just totally wrong. I mean, it's like the stupidest answer you could possibly give. Is that the old version? I think. Is this the new version? Oh, yeah, that's...
From Sony Pictures Studios, it's America's Game.
Yay! All right, so this is like the worst Wheel of Fortune answer, the solving of the puzzle in the last, at least, I don't know, couple of months. All right, listen to what happened.
I'd like to buy a U.
Well, you're going to get 3 U's.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
Oh. I'm sorry, that's not it. Over to Katina.
I would like to solve.
Okay.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what this guy likes to do?
A round of sausage?
He likes to treat himself with a round of sausage.
Or he likes to treat other people with a round of sausage.
The real answer is give yourself a round of applause. And the guy's guess was treat yourself a round of sausage. I mean, it's not even with what was on the board. It doesn't even line up. Like there was like an E exposed at the very end, and it's only 4 letters. So treat is TREAT. That's 5 letters. I mean, and the last letter showing of the 4 is an E. It's just not even close.
All right, so round was ROUN. The D was missing.
Right. Treat yourself. It doesn't even make sense. It would be treat yourself to a round of sausage.
He panicked.
It just said, what the hell?
The A is exposed in sausage. It's like
that's
in applause. The A is there.
Maybe he just was like andouille sausage. He just made it work in his head.
But the A is the first word. There's no. It would be
no.
S.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, this is the dumbest.
He panicked. He thought to good times he's had before.
But you wonder, was
treating himself to a round of sausage.
Was this real?
He's on the show.
I guess
he wins money. He gets prizes.
You just wonder if you have a plant that
Who wants another round of sausage?
Yeah. Hey, Roxanne, you going to treat yourself to a round of sausage later today?
Yeah. All the time.
Let's do it.
So, what do you give yourself a round of? I mean, drinks, applause. I mean, what? I mean, there's only a couple of answers where round is appropriate.
Oh man.
I don't know. I'm going to start using a round of sausage now.
So,
any sort of like appetizer, maybe pigs in a blanket. Who wants another round of pigs in a blanket?
Is it ageist to say that Vanna White looks really awkward standing next to Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have not seen the show to be able to
I'm watching the two
make
of them.
an analysis.
I mean, both of them have had about an equal amount of plastic surgery, so they actually kind of look identical.
There is a report out on the monetary damage, like the total is in, on what it's going to cost to fix the Tropicana field damage after Hurricane Milton.
They didn't get a sweet deal like you did with your car. No.
Holy schnit. Holy hell on a popsicle stick. All right, I've got this. We'll get to this after we get Dennis on the phone. Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News. In fact, maybe we'll listen. It's fitting because it's a Hurricane Milton damage from October. Maybe we'll go over this with Dennis. But I want to get Dennis Phillips on the phone right now because next Wednesday we could be dealing with another hurricane on the west coast of Florida. Are you freaking kidding me? What the? I mean, it's the week before Thanksgiving. You know what? Fester, I'm going to let you point this out because you said that Dennis made a claim on this show a month ago, right?
After Milton, we kind of jokingly asked him, hey, are we done for the season? And he pointed out we're not even close to being done.
Yeah, if you think I'm going to leave all Dennis's digits, all the touch tones up so you can figure out the number, you're dreaming. I'm not. I brought down the last 4.
I think, Dennis communicates with people on Facebook. He probably wouldn't even care if half the world had his phone number.
No,
he gets back to people.
He doesn't want his cell phone out.
I know, but my point is he's really good at doing the one-on-one communication with people.
I think he picked up. Dennis, are you there?
I'm here.
We're talking about you.
I was just saying, Dennis, that when I called you, I brought down the audio for the last 4 digits so people can't figure out your personal cell number from the touch tone noises, okay?
But they can figure out your Facebook inbox and send you a gazillion messages there. like my mom.
Yeah, and there are no secrets in this world we live in anymore. You know this. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows where I live. I mean, I've always been transparent about that just at Christmas time, so it's like, whatever.
All right, so let's talk about Christmas. Folks, I mean, really, are we going to potentially have a hurricane west coast of Florida a week before Thanksgiving next week? And let's start it off with the Christmas decorations, because I heard you say last night that you've put your Christmas decoration assembly
or holding pattern.
You have not put the Christmas decorations out yet. They're in a holding pattern, but then you said don't read into it that it means we're gonna get a hurricane. All right, Dennis, where the heck are we here? Today is the 13th of November. A week from today is the 20th of November, the week before Thanksgiving. And what is going on with Invest 99L that could turn into Sarah?
You asked me like 5 questions. I answer one at a time. First of all,
that really was confusing. Yes.
Christmas. I'm on my way to 5 schools. Today's a Great American Teach-In, so I just dropped off my daughter from school, and now I'm on my way to Lila Davis and all these other schools, and I literally stayed up all night because
No, hold on, Dennis. I'm doing Great American Teach-In next Wednesday, so I guess are there different dates?
I thought it was November 21st.
Now I think Pinellas maybe is this week. I hope it's the right date.
Hold on, Dennis. I think the teach-in is next Wednesday.
No,
Yeah,
they do different.
They do.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Pretty sure Pinellas is today because I've got 5 of them lined up for today.
All right.
But anyway, the answer to your first question is yes. My Christmas decorations are in a holding pattern. That doesn't mean I haven't put them out. It means I've stopped putting them out, and I am contemplating at what point do I take them back in. We are not there yet.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it is quite an endeavor. So I'm I mean, look, what do you say? I kept, way back when I kept thinking, geez, this is kind of like 2004, when we had 4 storms come really close to the Bay Area. And I'm thinking, all right, we've had Debbie, we've had Helene, we've had Milton. I mean, add another 4th to it, and that 4th is probably going to be Sarah.
Hold on, did you say Sarah?
Right,
the freaking lyric is "the storm is brewing in your eyes."
True story. Yeah, I actually sang it on the news yesterday at 5 o'clock, and of course, Lauren St. Germain, who's merely a child, had not even heard the song. But yeah.
Was a song done by Starship that also brought us incredible songs like
We Built This City.
Yeah, my favorite is the one from Mannequin, though.
Oh yeah.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Yes, one of AFI's top 5 films of all time.
Yeah, the movie was horrible, but the song is awesome.
Oh man, I love Grace Slick. I just love the voice and the solo of Grace Slick. You know what, Dennis? Let's listen here. All right, that's enough. All right, so Dennis, let's get back over to potentially Sarah.
All right, so it's a week away. And at this point, it's pretty shocking how much agreement there is in the modeling. I keep waiting, and I say this just because our experience tells us this. Most of the models have been so good this year on these hurricanes. Helene, Milton, Rafael, the GFS was a Florida landfall, but a lot of the others, the Euro had it going west away, which it did. You're not normally expecting a week out for there to be so much agreement. Normally you have them all over the place, like a plot of spaghetti on your plate, and all models point to Florida. I mean, they just do. And the timing is the middle of next week. Now, Florida is a big state. Are we talking South Florida? Are we talking our area? Are we talking the Panhandle? I mean, all of which is still on the table. But yeah, I mean, unless this thing goes into Central America and dies out, and there is a slight chance that'll happen. I mean, I think the chance is probably lower now than it was a couple of days ago, and the models were hinting at it a little bit more. But I think what's going to happen is this thing's just going to sit in the Caribbean for about 5 days. There's a big high in the Gulf, and it's blocking it from coming north. And eventually that high is going to move out, and when it does, you're looking at this storm, whatever's left of it, is going to go into the Gulf of Mexico, and eventually it's going to come to Florida. I mean, I think it is. The question will be how strong is it going to be, and that really depends on how long it stays over the Yucatan. It's going to go at some point. It will more than likely go over the Yucatan, and that's going to cause it to weaken somewhat, and then it's going to start to accelerate toward Florida. If it happens to take a track just east of the Yucatan, like Cancun, and then starts coming northeast, looking at another big hurricane hitting Florida in the middle of next week.
Oh, geez. Now, the Gulf is a little cooler as it approaches Florida, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't matter because what it's going to be doing, it's going to be we got a big cold front coming next week. On the flip side, we got really cold weather coming in next Friday and Saturday. When I see really cold, I mean, I'm talking highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s and 30s. I mean, we have a massive area of cold weather coming in. But what happens is before that front comes in, you get just screaming southwest winds out ahead of it. So whatever this is, wherever it is, it's going to start to accelerate really fast. So I don't think it's going to have enough time to weaken that much anyway. I think the shear will probably elongate it a little bit and, maybe spread it out as opposed to kind of a typical hurricane that we're used to seeing. It's going to be one of those more egg-shaped like ones.
Right.
But, 7 days out for me to be here on the radio saying, yeah, I think a storm's going to hit Florida, it's pretty rare because usually we don't feel confident until, 3 days before, maybe 4 days before.
But you think it's going to hit Florida, it's just a matter of where?
Right now, that's the thought. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm like, oh, look, it went in Central America, or oh, look, something happening.
All right, so Dennis, which model has been the best this season? Which was it? The AI, the
Euro AI.
Right,
yeah, the Euro AI.
Okay. So what is the Euro AI? Where is the Euro AI putting this storm right now?
Okay, I have not looked at the 0Z run. The 12Z run had it actually as a weaker storm and going a little more north, kind of getting absorbed by that front that I talked about. That would be our best case scenario. Because if that happens, it would be kind of like a winter cold front kind of a thing coming through with a blast of wind and rain and whatnot. But I don't know if the latest 0Z is showing that. I do know the 0Z Euro, the actual Euro, the deterministic, the single run has a hurricane. I mean, look, individual runs are kind of pointless 7 days out. They really are. But, you're asking. The Euro's got it. Fort Myers, the GFS had it about the same.
All right, so Dennis,
again,
I'm looking at Tropical Tidbits right now. And
they don't have the Euro AI on the top.
Yeah, they don't have that one, but the GEPS that has the 00 Zulu has it like more into Big Bend. If I close that one up and I go to let's say the ensembles, the GEFS tracks, and whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, it's a GFS. It's a GFS ensemble.
Yeah, that has it more like Naples. It looks like.
Yeah, the GFS has trended a little more south and a little stronger.
Right. But then if I bring up, remember we've talked about this Oklahoma State University, this this master's candidate that has this great website now. And if I go there, let me see if he's updated. If I go there, I select 99L, which is the investigation name right now, and then I click on his new interactive ensemble viewer, which like has hundreds of spaghetti strands. Let me let this populate. And he's got the 00 Zulu, and that line he has that line right through the Tampa Bay area.
Well, the Euro brings it pretty close to Tampa.
Yeah.
It does. If I come to a red light, I can look at the AI coming up here in a minute. Yeah. I mean, look, it's 7 days out. It's 7 days out. I mean, if I were to ask you at the beginning of the hurricane season, hey, do you think the hurricane forecast is going to be accurate a week in advance? What would you say?
No.
Absolutely not. Right.
Exactly. No way. So, in fact, the way that I always say this, and it's twisted, and this year it hasn't really played out this way, but 9 times out of 10, if the Hurricane Center has a track over you in 5 days, you figure you're okay because there's no way it's going to be where it's predicted in 5 days.
The reason why I'm saying this, because I'm looking at this experimental, the multi-model ensemble from this PhD candidate, this guy, Tomer Berg from Oklahoma State University. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is during Milton, if you remember, his model had it pretty much days out, had it going into Bonita Springs. So, I'm looking at his model now coming right across like MacDill Air Force Base.
Yeah, but his is kind of a consensus.
All right.
It's like a blend. It's not a model per se. It's just taking all of them and being like, oh, okay, well, let's average them all together. And by the way, I hate to say this, but sometimes that's exactly what you do. It's called a blend. It's a fancy way of saying we just put them together and kind of average them out. And here, I'm pulled into the Einstein parking lot here, so I'm gonna hold on.
Oh yeah,
So
put your spectacle in like the Einstein's logo.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'm going to go ahead and call up the site that I subscribe to that has the Euro AI.
This is great. I mean, this is amazing. So Dennis has pulled off the road. He's on the way to the Great American Teach-In in Pinellas. He's pulled off into an Einstein Bagels parking lot to go check the Euro AI model for us. I love this. This is fantastic. Live on the fly.
Yeah, that's a sad commentary about what we're doing right now.
So Dennis, let me ask you: at the Great American Teach-In, do you wear the hoodie or do you wear the suspenders?
No, you know what? I wear neither. I have my ABC Action News polo shirt on.
There you go.
And my kind of lame khakis. It's just kind of my speaking thing.
Hey.
I was going to wear the suspenders, but it's too hot.
I heard there were some Halloween trick-or-treaters who were dressed as Dennis Phillips. You're big time when that happens.
There were a lot. It was crazy.
Right? That's awesome.
They come to his house dressed as Dennis Phillips.
They do. I mean, it was nuts.
Are you on the AI model yet for the Zula run, the 00?
I'm on the app, and let me call up the current one. There it is, and hit Central.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Let's see. So, yeah. Add. Okay, here we go. It definitely keeps it weaker than the other models do, which is a good thing. Let me see where it actually brings it in. It takes a second to load. All right, so on there, and then it goes on Friday, Saturday. It takes it into the Yucatan. Sunday, it's into the Yucatan. Monday, oh wow, it's really dying out.
Oh, so this run has it dying out?
Yeah, it has it. It has it as the exact same thing that it did yesterday. It has it getting absorbed as a remnant low by that front that comes in next Wednesday. So yeah, the Euro AI is, it's one model. It actually has it kind of going into the Panhandle as a very weak system, like we're talking a depression being absorbed by a front. So the Euro AI it's the one model. Talk about a coup. I'm going to take this off speaker now. Talk about a coup if this would be accurate, because pretty much every other model is, turning this into a decent hurricane.
When you say decent, like a Cat 2?
Yeah, I would not be. Some of the models have it in the Caribbean as a Cat 4.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But it's really super warm water down there, and I'll be honest, that's absolutely a possibility. But then it's going to go north, and it's going to run into some shear and some cooler water, as you said, and it inevitably will weaken. But the problem with the GFS is showing, and the actual Euro itself, it's going to not be over that water very long because it's going to be picking up its forward speed. So it's not going to have a ton of time to weaken. And they're keeping it just off the Yucatan, like Cancun. So it won't really cross the Yucatan very much at all. So, but anyway, what I was saying is, so the Euro AI is really, as far as I'm seeing, one of the only models that is keeping this over the Yucatan so long that it really doesn't get very strong after crossing it, and it's kind of absorbed as a remnant low at that front that's coming in, bringing in the cold air at the end of next week.
So Dennis, this is Wednesday. Do you think we ought to speak to you tomorrow, Friday, or should we wait until Monday to speak to you? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I think people are already there's a thirst for information. I didn't go to bed last night. I literally stayed up all night, and now I'm on my way to this thing. So I got to sleep at some point.
Are you going to fall asleep during the Great American Teach-In?
The kids probably will, but I don't know. I think it's worth checking in, but I would strongly say tomorrow is the day I'm sleeping in. So it might be more like the 9 o'clock hour.
All right. Or, all right, we'll play it by ear. Hey, while we have you on the phone, because this is Hurricane Milton related, did you see the numbers? Did you see the projected repair bill for Tropicana Field?
like $50 or $60 million, 56 million or something like that.
$55,724,982.
Very specific.
That is a very specific estimate. Absolutely.
To the dollar.
Oh,
and you know what's tough about that is, man, I don't envy them making that decision because you're throwing that into something that you're only going to be there for 2 years.
Well, that's the question. I mean, do you dump $55.5 million into something that you're going to freaking bulldoze in 2.5 years?
And where do they play for 2 years?
And keep in mind
and when will they have it repaired?
Let me give you the numbers. First, though, I'll answer your question. So what they're saying is that there is no way in hell that the Rays are going to play at the Trop this upcoming season. So the 25 season coming up in spring training. Obviously they'll be in the normal facility.
Early April.
But the end of March, early April, whenever the season opens up with the home, there is no way the Rays are playing at Tropicana Field for the entire 2025 season come the spring. So they have to find a replacement for that. What they're saying is if they spend the $55 million, Dennis, that they can have the Rays back in for the 26 season. So what? You play 26, 27, then you knock the place down because their new stadium is supposed to be ready for 28.
That's a tough sell, man. That's a tough sell.
It is.
So they're going to be repairing the stadium and building the new stadium at the same time?
All right, let me give you the breakdown. Dennis, how far out from the school are you?
I don't even know where I am, man. I can't look at my Google Maps anymore, so I'm kind of lost. So
let him go, MJ. He has to look at his Google Maps.
Dennis,
he's not the sports reporter.
Dennis, I better let you go then, okay?
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
I have fun at the teachers.
Just because the roof blew off during a hurricane doesn't mean it's his coverage now.
All right,
going forward.
I don't need to keep him on the phone. No. That was my rationale.
Yeah, I know. It's not Dennis's problem because it happened during storm season.
Well, listen,
no.
people love Dennis Phillips.
Who doesn't?
I'm going to be honest. Our ratings go up when Dennis Phillips on the air.
True.
Right?
I thought that today. I'm like, great. I'm tuning in. What do you have to say, Dennis?
Listen, Dennis will be with us whenever I need Dennis. We'll have Dennis, keeping track of this. I just hope that Euro AI model is accurate and it kind of fizzles out. Because, I mean, do we really need that crap a week before Thanksgiving? My God, my turkey fryer is supposed to arrive today.
Oh, no.
I know. My new one, I've upgraded for this year. All right, back quickly to the call. We have so much stuff to do. We are so loaded. We're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ here on 104.7 FM, Q105, MJ Morning Show. So the report came in. So we have the official damage report regarding Milton's effect on Tropicana Field and the roof that was ripped off and almost all of the panels were shredded. And this is amazing to me. The report is 412 pages.
It's a lot of material.
What the 412 pages? My God. Why is it so long?
Is it just about the roof or is it about all the damages to the facility?
Let me give you, but even then, 412 pages?
It's a pretty big facility.
It's a freaking dictionary.
There might be a couple of graphs in there, a couple of filler pages.
Figure one?
Yeah, page. Who knows?
All right. So let me give you the, listen, a lot of things were affected. The electrical, the air conditioning, the whole HVAC system.
Oh, all the Rays. You had to physically move the animals out of the stadium.
I told the Rays, for the roofing issue, you call Westfall Roofing. For the heating and air conditioning issue, you call Plan BAC.
You call FEMA and you get the tarps.
All right. So, here's the deal. Here are the numbers. So here is the cost estimate and the breakdown. So as far as like the content inside, you have obviously the Rays, you've got the city of St. Petersburg. So the contents or the content damage, and that comes in around $7 million. So contents, not the roof, not the structure, not like the air conditioning, the contents issues inside affected by all the rain in there.
Nothing in there was meant to be rained on.
Exactly.
A lot of it can be rained on because it's sports equipment. But plastic seats can get rained on.
So the content damage inside comes in at $7,009,625. So that's like the audio visual equipment, for instance.
That big Tropicana sign.
The scoreboard, I mean, all the AVs, all of the digital signs all the way around the place.
Yeah, none of that was meant to be outdoor like at Raymond James Stadium.
Speakers, all the audio-visual stuff, all that's coming to the contents, $7 million.
It's quite a speaker system.
The actual, the roof material, what they call that? It was like a fiberglass
vinyl, or
there's a description for it. I don't need to get specific, but the whole fabric roof,
the flexible fiberglass material that they use,
the fabric roof that was shredded, that repair is estimated at $23,590,910. So that's the fabric membrane, and that goes over the steel framing. Then you have $13,162,482 for flooring, panels, additional roofing, water and electrical system repairs at $13.1 million. Let's see. The, I guess, removal. So removal of, I guess, materials, that is estimated at $3.8 million, $3,826,597. And then there's already been $6,666,355 for work, which has been authorized to this point. So the total to fix Tropicana Field is $55,724,982. How is that? For a place you're going to knock down in 2.5 years because you're going to have a new stadium for the 28th season, allegedly, how does that make any sense? It doesn't. It makes zero sense. You could be a math moron and agree that it just doesn't make sense.
Why don't we just disband the Rays for 3 years?
Kind of
that's not cool.
Like a couple of bye seasons?
Yeah, guys, let the players sign with other teams. And then we'll restart them again as an expansion team and when the new stadium is built.
Nobody's going to like that. Nobody.
8:33 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm really busted up about something. Michelle and I were planning a little weekend getaway this weekend.
Oh.
And we've canceled our weekend getaway.
Why?
We just wanted to get away. The weekend before.
You were with your dad.
Yeah, it was
a very stressful weekend.
I'm traveling a lot.
Well, last weekend you were with your dad. The weekend before that, you were visiting Pops with his
his birthday. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend before that, I was, I think, at my high school reunion. Right? Was that? Listen, I've lost track. Anyway, so Michelle and I were planning a nice, relaxing weekend getaway for this weekend.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Canceled.
Canceled. A flight cancellation?
Yes. And then I tried to go to another airline, and that's canceled. Then I tried to go to a different airline, a third one, that's canceled.
Where are you going?
Haiti.
Oh, you're flying Spirit?
If anything that will get me there.
We were going for a nice, relaxing spa weekend in Port-au-Prince because I want to get a glimpse.
If you want a glimpse at Port-au-Prince, I'll tell you this, MJ.
Port-au-Prince. I want to get a glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. All right. Fill your plane with
bullet holes. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, not bad.
I like that.
All right, listen, I'll tell you right now, all political stuff.
Obviously, I'm joking.
All political stuff and joking aside, Haiti is beautiful this time.
Now it's 3 airlines, JetBlue, Spirit, American, all have discontinued flights. But then on top of that, the airlines had already said, we're out for now. We're not flying. But now the FAA has come out and they said that we're grounding all flights. We're not allowing any U.S. flights to go into Haiti.
That sounds like a good decision, right?
Yeah. Apparently 30 days. So the FAA has issued a notice to airmen. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't say that anymore. Notice to air mission. The NOTAM. So now U.S. civil aviation flights are prohibited from flying into Haiti below 10,000 feet for the next 30 days. So Michelle and I's weekend is ruined because we were looking forward to, just kind of hanging out with the gangs in Port-au-Prince.
Yeah. Well, you can't fly Spirit Airlines, but you can wear Spirit deodorant.
You know what really sucks?
What?
I mean, you've got these horrific gangs in Haiti and Port-au-Prince, and they would jeopardize people's lives by firing weapons at freaking commercial airliners on approach?
You're making it sound like you're dealing with rational people here.
I realize
they're doing
that.
this for their own entertainment. I mean, there's no logic to any of this.
It's not like they're like, oh, we care about these people. We're going to make sure we don't do that. No, don't think like that.
You could probably have a nice weekend in Punta Cana, right on the other side of the island.
In the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. In the DR.
We were not going to Haiti. We're not going to DR. I'm chilling out this weekend. Or do I have to make the hurricane prep? So I started using like the gas supply because I've got gas cans for the generator. I started using that to fill the tank of the vehicles.
Oh no, another gas shortage week coming up if Sarah comes to the Bay Area.
Yeah, Andrew.
Are you going to contact your buddy to help you fill up the sandbags?
No, I've got sandbags.
No, they're already filled up, Andrew.
Yeah.
They were never unfilled.
No, I've got all the sandbags. I am saving those sandbags.
Hey.
I'm going to have 157 sandbags in my garage in perpetuity.
What was that guy's name?
Or until we sell the place in a year.
Sandbag man, the guy who helped you, that you found at
outside. Willie.
You said
I gotta get it. I left him a message.
You said after the hurricane that you had to talk to Willie, or there was going to be a story, or you were going to share something about Willie.
I want to tell the Willie story. All right, I'm going to try to get a hold of Willie later today.
You know where he lives, right?
Yeah, I do.
In front of his house.
I have his cell number. I'm going to try to call Willie later today and see if I can get Willie to come on the air with us maybe tomorrow. Because Willie, the guy that I picked up in front of his house right near the Home Depot off of Spruce in South Tampa, I said, hey, anybody wants to help me fill some sandbags? He said, me. And that's how I met Willie. And then Willie is a hell of a story. And yes, I want to tell the Willie story. Hopefully Willie wants to tell the Willie story because it's a great story. And little Willie won't go home. So hopefully I can get Willie on. You want to hear a creepy story?
Ooh, love creepy stories.
Oh, man, creepy. We have a guy here in Florida that has been arrested for stalking his ex. So we have stalking, cyber stalking charges. The guy was following this woman with GPS trackers. Yeah, this gets pretty creepy. Listen, Cocoa Beach, which is on the other side of the state, but Florida story.
Mm-hmm.
So here in Cocoa Beach, and this is it's kind of a wake-up call. Is there any chance that you're being tracked? Is there any chance that you're being stalked? And how do you find out if you are? So in Cocoa Beach, Walter Height Jr. has been arrested following accusations that he persistently tracked his ex-girlfriend for months using GPS tracking devices.
Was he using like an air tag or something more sophisticated than that?
All right, let me get into the story a little deeper. And then would send her threatening messages while tracking her. So the whole story unfolds early this month, November 2nd. It's around 12:09 p.m., according to the police report, when a Cocoa Beach police officer was approached by a woman who claimed her ex-boyfriend had been following her. The woman, who has not been named, reported that Height had been shadowing, and it's not Bob Height, by the way, had been shadowing her and her movements for an extended period of time. The situation reportedly escalated that evening when Height showed up at the same restaurant where she was dining with her new boyfriend. And that was in unison. Can you do that again? Yeah. According to police reports, Height allegedly confronted the woman and her date, causing a public scene that prompted the couple to leave. Shortly afterward, the woman began receiving unsettling text messages, which she believed were from Height, further fueling her concerns for her safety. During the investigation, officers observed Height driving suspiciously, including making several repeated passes by a traffic stop without reason. When they eventually pulled him over, they discovered a GPS tracking device inside his vehicle. Alarmingly, a second tracking device was later located under the woman's car, raising further concerns about the extent of his surveillance of her. So Walter Height Jr. has been charged with several counts, including installing a tracking device, stalking, cyber stalking, failing to possess a state-issued license, despite being a Florida resident. The nature of the charges reflect both physical and digital harassment. Anyway, the Cocoa Beach police are looking for any further information if anyone has it. But the point is, this dude's arrest, it just shows how technology can be used really, really creepily.
Nefariously.
And to track her
and
then find the restaurant where she's dining with her new boyfriend.
Yeah, and her new boyfriend, I mean, they could be like, I hope they're in love and moving forward, but he might be like, I don't really want this drama.
Jeez.
That's...
You only have to whack one person. It's no big deal.
Hey, I don't know if Michelle was alarmed at this, but Michelle sent me this. And Roxanne, you actually sent me the same story, but just a different version.
Uh-huh.
So apparently you and Michelle are both very concerned about this. That clothing at secondhand stores could be filled with germs.
Yeah.
And bacteria that could cause diseases.
So have you ever bought anything from a thrift store, MJ, or clothing from that's been secondhand or used before you got it?
You know what?
You ever gone to like the Salvation Army? Or...
You know what? I'll tell you, I have. I once bought a raspberry beret. It's the kind you find at a secondhand store.
And that's exactly where you found it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, if you donate that shirt you have on right now, right? That shirt you have on right now,
right?
You donate it to the Salvation Army in South Tampa.
Right.
They take it, they shake it, they put it on a hanger, and they put it out on there. They don't wash it. There's no laundry service of all the incoming clothing. So if you had like those, lice on your shirt,
and some of the diseases that they describe that can be transmitted,
anthrax.
Yeah.
No,
that's not a disease. That's
not
a
on
powder,
the
a poison, right?
Well, anthrax is a bag. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey, Roxanne and you are both very concerned about germs at vintage clothing and thrift shops.
Yes.
It may.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Michelle.
No, you go ahead, Roxanne. No, you go ahead, Michelle. No, you go ahead. No,
you both talk at the same time.
All right, go ahead, Michelle.
Our son likes to thrift shop.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Your
Our
boy.
son likes to go thrift shopping.
Oh, that's right, Julian. Julian loves to buy vintage T-shirts at thrift shops. Yes.
So it's
Hey,
an issue.
MJ, you were right. Anthrax is a bacterial infection. I thought it was a poison.
No,
What's the white powder that gets mailed to you?
That's ricin, maybe. Or
anthrax powder. Remember
or anthrax was mailed. But anthrax is a bacteria. Is a bacteria. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Michelle, I was telling MJ that when they get these donations.
Listen, if I wasn't going to be in radio and I wasn't going to be a commercial pilot, I was going to be a microbiologist
or a virologist.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet.
So, Michelle, all of these donations
Or a proctologist.
A proctologist.
He's halfway there.
Be an ass doctor. All right, so.
Yes, Fester.
I use ass in almost every name I describe him with. Anyway, listen, these Salvation Army places or thrift shops, they don't wash their clothes or treat their clothes. So whatever germs are on the house they get from the house they come from, go to the store.
All right, so let me give you some details here. That this is from study finds secondhand germs, vintage clothing, and thrift shops can be covered in disease-causing bacteria. And it just talks about demand for secondhand and vintage clothing has surged within the last couple of years. Pre-owned fashion is seen by many consumers as a cheaper, more environmentally friendly way to expand their wardrobe. But as excited as you might be to wear the next secondhand purchase, it's important for you to disinfect it properly. This is because clothing can actually be an important reservoir for many infectious diseases. I mean, how long does this crap live in like a skirt or a blouse or something?
Well, think about this. What if it's a quick turnaround? What if you donate it on a Monday, it's on the shelf by Tuesday, and you buy it by Wednesday?
The skin is naturally coated in millions of bacteria, fungi.
Okay, I'm hanging up. I don't like to hear that.
Listen, you sent me this. You gave me the story last night.
Yeah, I didn't read it because once I got to that far, I was done with it. I don't want to know what those bugs on my body grow.
Listen, the skin is naturally coated in millions of bacteria, fungi, and viruses, collectively known as skin microbiome.
Michelle, I wonder if it applies to those, different stores, which I like these stores where you can rent a piece of clothing and return it if you don't want to wear the same dress to an event all the time, right?
Let me finish.
Rent the runway.
Yeah.
This means rent the anthrax.
Yeah.
Rent the fungus. All right. So this, I think they probably sterilize their clothes. All right. This means every item of clothing we wear comes into close contact with these microbes. Many of the microbes that regularly call the skin microbiome home include bacteria Staphylococcus. That causes staph infections. Streptococcus. That's bacteria behind strep A. Fungi such as Candida. I've heard of it. The species of yeast most commonly causes thrush. Viruses such as human papillomavirus. That's HPV.
Yeah.
Each person's skin microbiome is uniquely adapted to them. Infection risk of used clothing is a well-known carrier of many disease-causing pathogens. This means that germs from the original clothes owner's unique skin microbiome might be found on secondhand clothes if the items weren't cleaned prior to selling it. And it also means that any infections or pathogens that might have they had when they last wore the clothing could still be there.
Absolutely.
Research has found that clothing can harbor many infectious pathogens. Survey of secondhand clothing, specifically which is being sold at markets, detected the presence of Bacillus subtilis. And I mean, listen,
not Bacillus subtilis.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's very
you'd
good.
be a great one of those scientists who has to pronounce all those words.
But hold on, listen to this. Germs on cotton or mixed fiber clothes stayed alive for up to 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But on polyester fabrics, the germs lived as long as 200 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
That deserves a... Oh, my God.
I mean,
that's crazy.
What if you buy yourself a new sweater and it has a hoodie full of chiggers? Just you put it, you put it on your head and
earwigs.
Oh, disgusting!
No, those are insects. That's not.
I don't know.
No, this is like bacteria and viruses and all. I mean, who the hell would think that you could buy some polyester item at a thrift store and the previous person's bacteria is still on there 200 days later?
Right.
What the hell?
Is this story coming out from like Target? Trying to keep people away from the thrift shops?
Yeah, right.
Brought to you by the New Clothing Sellers of America.
Right. They all got together. They pooled all their PR money and said, let's make a big campaign right now.
God.
I've never heard of one person buying something from one of these thrift shops and coming home with a terrible infection. But here's this story to scare the hell out of everyone.
Michelle, I got to run.
Okay, bye.
Have a lovely day.
See, I'm thinking to myself, well, what can I do? All right, what clothes should I wear? I definitely never vintage clothes. Okay, but then what are they doing to those clothes that come in those sealed packages from China via Amazon?
That's,
what's in that?
Roxanne, that's China.
Right? And so, I think the answer, everybody, I think we just all have to be nude. Our clothes are going to kill us.
You know what,
That's
Roxanne? You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Lead the charge.
All right, when we get back, we have an update on the escaped monkeys up in South Carolina. I love a good monkey story, man. I love some monkey business over here. All right, so we'll get to that coming up in a bit. Oh, also, well, I guess they know where you are at that particular time. We have high-profile individuals whose homes were broken into. Homes rhymes with homes. All right, wait till you hear this. This is scary stuff. And these are well-known individuals who had their houses broken into during a certain time. So we'll get to, guess what the latest is? Now they're saying that the stand-up desks might be bad for your health.
The pendulums.
You can't freaking win.
You can't. Back and forth. Whiplash. Trying to figure out if it's good or bad. Good or bad. Good or bad.
I got a porn site update with that Mattel doll problem with the Wicked merchandise. We got an update on that. We got a lot of stuff. We got a ton of stuff. Oh, Hawk Tour Girl.
I saw this. I didn't even send it to you because I was just like,
really
disgusted.
Yeah, we have an update on the, is he, attracted to her because of the spit on that thing?
Is her 15 minutes about up? Or
I don't know.
No, she's rolling it.
It's continuing. It's she's extending the Hawk Tour Girl.
She's doubling down.
Right, we have a lot of stuff next in the 9 o'clock hour. It starts in minutes. Do not move. Clearly, I've just laid out some seriously good content. This brings an hour and 20 minutes plus to an end here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and we are loaded in minutes here on 104.7 FM. The Kemp... Oh, you don't like this creepy rejoiner, Andrew?
Hasn't been my favorite.
Andrew wants me to ditch this one. All right. Would you like me to? I don't know. I just ate 2 more Shaquille O'Neal gummy heads.
Yeah.
I did.
They're pretty good.
You know what? They're not bad. Hey, Andrew, how much were those and where did you buy them?
Walmart. I don't remember offhand.
I mean, people have been saying, I saw them at Walmart, but they're available everywhere. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them at Target.
Shackalicious XL gummies. And you're eating giant gummies of Shaquille O'Neal's head.
They're good. There's the light pink is my favorite. Can I have another one of those, please?
You have to dig it out. But yeah, you know what? If I were Shaq, I would make like a pizza-sized gummy. Just of his entire real life head.
Yeah, well, I think they need to put the gummies on the pizza like somebody suggested earlier. Shackalicious melted gummy pizza.
It's going to be the Papa John's gummy-roni.
the gummy-roni. There you go. All right, we have an update on the monkeys in South Carolina.
How many are still loose?
2 more monkeys have been recaptured. So here's the math. Only 11 of the 43 remain loose. So that means that 32. So 43 monkeys up in Yemassee. That's Yemassee, South Carolina.
Yep. There you go.
You've got 43 rhesus macaques that have been that originally escaped from this facility. And only 11 remain on the loose from the Alpha Genesis facility. So that means that, do the math, 43 have been, 43 got out, and then only 11 remain loose. So that means that how many are captured?
A lot.
32 have been captured.
Correct.
All right, 32 have been captured, 11 monkeys. I wonder if they're going to get them all, if they're going to be, I wonder if like the smarter monkeys with the higher monkey IQs, they're going to figure out a way to stay on the loose and not be captured.
Well, here's the deal. These are captivity monkeys. They were probably born into this environment.
Yeah.
They've been hand-fed they've never
Would you like to touch my monkey?
No, I actually don't touch monkeys. No.
Well, they told you don't touch the monkey.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
No, they specifically said if you saw the monkey, don't touch the monkey.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
They're probably very friendly monkeys, but most macaques are. But, MJ, these animals don't know how to hunt and gather for themselves. I'm worried about their survival. I mean, is it just a natural instinct that kicks in to hunt if you've never been in that environment before?
I don't think so. I think if you've been a captive monkey your whole life, then that's what you're used to.
And then we're up to 2 famous individuals that had their homes broken into. And it's just, hey, Mahomes and Holmes Now we've got the FBI investigating what's going on.
The FBI.
All right, so
Mahomes got robbed?
Yeah, Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Oh, my God. Is that a homeowner's insurance claim at State Farm?
Apparently, Taylor Swift's bra and panty drawer was raided inside of Travis Kelce's home.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, but seriously.
That's what I'd be looking for.
Put them on eBay, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Patrick Holmes, and this is a terrible story. I mean, this makes you skin crawl. It's awful. I mean, talk about taking advantage. I mean, clearly on a Sunday, right? On game day. When did the Chiefs play last?
Sunday?
Yeah, I didn't know. They didn't have a Monday night game, so it was Sunday.
No, yeah.
So who'd the Chiefs play?
I think they played the Broncos.
All right, so here's the deal. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's houses were both robbed, burgled.
That's terrible.
Within hours of each other while they were at the game. Well, why? Because the crooks knew exactly what Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes would be. Listen, they make enough money. You could have security at the place.
Or just leave your family home and say, no tickets for you to this game. You're going to hang out at my house. And
hire a security guard or just have a house sitter with a shotgun inside.
I'm sure for a couple of bucks you could have a whacking hut patrol your property.
You find a 16-year-old neighbor girl, you give her a Mossberg, you tell her, listen, just blast anything that comes in.
That's right. There's no laws in Missouri.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a terrible story. I mean, that's sick. I mean, I hope they find these individuals. And, right now, according to the Cass County Sheriff's Office and documents that TMZ got their hands on, it actually didn't happen this weekend. This happened some weeks back.
Okay, so it's just now coming out?
Yeah, the story's just coming out.
So he lives in a town called Belton, Missouri.
Yeah.
Which I guess is about 30 miles south of Kansas City.
Yeah, and listen, he's got a really nice house.
I'm sure it's not a shack.
Yeah, Mahomes has a nice house. Travis Kelce has a nice house. I guess that's what happens when you make, tens of millions of dollars. You can have a nice house. But the home for Mahomes, that was busted into. So I guess they must have been out of town. It must have been an away game.
Sure, you bring your family to the game.
Oh, yeah.
You know who's there. The house is just sitting vacant. What'd they take?
In Travis Kelce's case, they took $20,000 in cash. Why would he have $20,000 in cash? Just put it in a safe or something.
Why wouldn't you have $20,000 in cash?
Put it in the freezer.
I was just walking around money for that.
Wrapped up in some Reynolds wrap or something. How about that? Anyway, I hope they catch these mofos. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
Did they steal anything like a game memorabilia or like their little replica Super Bowl trophies?
All I saw was that $20,000 in cash was taken from Travis Kelce's Kansas City mansion. But listen, they don't deserve this. It's awful, and I hope they find the individuals and put them into a wood chipper. Wood chipper justice. That'd be a good movie. Wood chipper justice.
Yeah. And like instant justice, like you're guilty, right to the chipper.
Hey, so I mentioned that I picked up Chloe yesterday. A little Chloe surprise. I said to Chloe, hey, I'm going to pick you up at work about 5:20. And I had a reservation.
I think I saw. Go ahead and tell us.
Did you see her Instagram?
Yes.
Oh,
I was like,
did she post?
Where is that?
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
So full disclosure, do you remember I first met this guy, or we first had contact. Do you remember it was Leonard Fournette?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So Leonard Fournette, former Buccaneer, was up at Zuku Sushi up in Wesley Chapel. And ZUKKU. And there's one up in Wesley Chapel. There's also one in Armature Works. And Leonard Fournette, remember, left a $1,000 tip for the servers, the staff at Zuku.
Very generous guy.
What is that? State Road 56, right?
Mm-hmm.
So State Road 56 up in Wesley Chapel.
Near the outlet malls.
Right. And Leonard Fournette left a $1,000 tip. And we talked about the story because it was so nice. And then we had the owner of the restaurant, a listener of the show, reached out.
Yes.
And, he said, hey, I'm the owner. And, he just told us exactly,
Is it Zuku-san?
Yeah, well, Zuku-san is at Armature Works, I believe. And then up in, was that the Wesley Chapel?
Sierra Center Boulevard, Lutz, Florida.
Yeah, Zuku-san is up in Lutz or Wesley Chapel area. That's the one on Sierra Center Boulevard. So after Leonard Fournette, the owner contacted us, and we had him on the air.
Right.
His name is, I call him Ferdy, and his name is Ferdian. And he's the restaurant owner.
Okay.
So we had him on, and and then I went to the Asian Festival with Michelle, the first ever Asian festival that they had down at Curtis Hickson in downtown Tampa, and he was one of the organizers, and so I met him in person. And
so you went as like a patron.
Well, here's the deal.
Not as like one of the attractions.
So at the Asian Festival?
Yeah.
No, I went as an event goer.
I put you behind a velvet rope and say, "Look at this guy."
Right. Look at this Caucasian at the Asian Festival.
Look at this guy.
All right. So no, I had a good time.
That's awesome.
So in the meantime, I've been in touch with with Ferdian, and he's gotten me some rice along the way, and just a nice guy. And he invited me to check out his new hand roll bar. And he's got this hand roll bar. And again, I was invited, and he took care of me. And full disclosure, but I mean, the place was great. And then I guess Chloe put up pictures on her Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she did on her IG story. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
I was like, where is this?
I mean, bluefin tuna, Otoro, fresh uni.
That looked amazing.
A5 Wagyu.
See, I thought it was somewhere Chet took her, and it was a daddy-daughter date.
No, I took Chloe, and the place is called Han, H-A-N, and it's right next to the Zuku over in Armature Works. So listen, I had a great time.
So it's essentially a sushi roll you eat like a burrito?
Yeah, it's a hand roll. So they do more of the traditional hand roll. So some of the Japanese hand rolls are kind of like ice cream cone shaped, like a Nutty Buddy or something.
I'm not familiar with hand rolls.
So that's kind of a little more Americanized with the cone shaped hand roll. The more traditional Japanese hand roll is more like a small burrito.
So essentially, it's like an ice cream cone of raw fish, and you just kind of
or they have really good cooked stuff, or you get the raw stuff. Anyway, I enjoyed it, and I want to thank him for the invite. Thank him for allowing me to bring Chloe, and I thought it was good.
That's cool.
So as I love to mention small businesses, and it was great. So again, full disclosure, he took care of my check. But if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be talking about it.
Nice.
So that's the bottom line. But it was great. It was fantastic. So, and it's only been around for a couple of months, so it's really new, and it was just delicious. So, and Chloe had a fan. Chloe's like, "Oh my God, this is so good." And listen, my kids are spoiled because I showed them the ropes with New York City sushi with the time we were up there, and omakase places, and so I kind of spoiled them with really, really good sushi. And Chloe was like, "Oh, this is really good."
That stuff looks so good. I might even forego my spicy mayo. I might not need that to dress it up like I usually do.
9:13 at the MJ Morning Show. Speaking of food, I got notification my Bayou Classic stainless steel turkey fryer is out for delivery. It's arriving today.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm up in the game because we're having a bunch of guests over. I don't know how this happened. I mean, I wake up and suddenly Michelle says we got 12 guests for Thanksgiving. So I upped the game. Also, with the water from Helene in the garage, my old turkey fryer base got kind of rusted and mangled, and I've used that for like 10 years. So I upped the game, and I ordered the Bayou Classic, the 42-quart, full stainless steel setup, and it was a little expensive, but you know what? This is going to stay in great shape for years. So instead of like that cheap aluminum pot metal for the big pot, this is like a real stainless steel pot now. And once you fry a turkey, man, you're not going back. Once you fry a high-quality turkey in 100% peanut oil, that's the one I ordered right there.
Okay.
44 quart stainless steel fryer kit.
It's not that bad.
It was $280.
It's about $100 more than the aluminum ones.
Yeah,
aluminum
right.
ones are $150.
Yeah. So I went with the stainless steel, just higher quality, higher gauge.
Well, you said you're making it sound like it was like $1,000 turkey fryer. I'm like, I gotta see this thing. It's $180.
No, I'm not spending $1,000.
Okay, I just want to make sure I kind of lined it up.
I'm excited. So I'll be frying the turkey this year, and I mentioned we're getting the turkey. We ordered a Florida-raised fresh turkey from the Boozy Pig.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I don't think they're open today. I think they're open now Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you might be able to still order a fresh, I mean like a totally fresh Florida-raised turkey for Thanksgiving. And that's what I ordered. So that's the Boozy Pig over on Cypress. And I think they might be closed today, but they're open tomorrow. But if you want to try to get a fresh turkey instead of some, frozen bowling ball from, Winn-Dixie, go get a fresh turkey because it does make a difference. It really does. It's fantastic. All right. So my fryer comes today. I'm going to have to do a test run.
No, we're going to cook a turkey like next week and then...
I'll maybe drop a couple of chickens in there or something. Do some... Yeah. You know what, Fester? Maybe I should have you do a little turkey fryer demonstration with my new stainless steel turkey fryer.
I am an expert.
You game
yes,
for that?
You are. You've got cred, street cred.
You game for that, babe?
I just need a plumbing van.
All right. You can't win. Now the latest is the stand-up desk craze might be bad for your health. What the living F on a popsicle stick?
What's bad about it?
Listen, I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Did I tell you, MJ? I can't remember if we talked about this, but there's this breakdown, and I'll go through it after you tell the standing desk update. But there's a breakdown of how many hours a day you should sit, stand, light exercise, heavy exercise, sleep.
From whom?
I'll give it to you. It's ridiculous, but go ahead.
All right, so I see this story yesterday. The global market for standing desks is booming, projected to reach $12.6 billion by 2032. Hold on. They're projecting standing desk sales out 12 years?
I mean,
really? Anyway.
You can kind of map it out, I guess.
There's a new study from Australia involving 83,000 participants that found that prolonged standing may not improve heart health and could even increase the risk of certain circulatory problems. I stand I'm doing the equivalent of a standing desk, right?
Yeah.
I don't sit down the entire show. I stand up for the last, for years. But for the sake of this conversation, for the last 4 years and 1 month that we've been doing the MJ Morning Show and the return here on Q105, 104.7 FM, I have not sat down once. Have you seen me sit down once during this entire 4-hour show in 4 years?
Nope. There's no chair back there.
That hasn't happened.
Yeah.
No, there is a chair.
He puts his bag on.
Your bag's on it.
My bag's,
okay. Well, there's no chair behind your butt.
My bag's on. I'm pointing to it right now for MJTV. Yeah, my bag of crap is on there, but I don't sit on the chair. And now, essentially, I'm doing the standing desk here, and now it's bad. Researchers discovered that standing for extended periods did not reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. In fact, spending too much time on either sitting or standing was linked to a higher risk of problems such as varicose veins and feeling dizzy and lightheaded when you stand up.
I thought I saw some varicose veins.
I am standing up.
Yeah. Maybe not now.
I don't have any varicose veins.
No. I thought you nicked yourself with a Sharpie, but nope, it's a varicose. Maybe we want to get that checked out. All right, so who knows what to believe on
when you
this
have
stuff?
varicose veins, it's kind of like a Braille roadmap. Just follow look, that's the turnpike right there.
Is varicose veins
aren't those the ones that pop out?
Yeah, they pop out.
Are they the ones that pop out, or are they like the red ones that break out?
They're like purplish and they pop out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are varicose veins. Anyway, so remember the old deal, sitting is the new smoking?
Mm-hmm.
And that's been bandied about for the last 10 years or so. And it's all about, not having a sedentary lifestyle, blah, 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 that prolonged sitting may be associated with obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases. So then you have these standing desks that emerged as a solution, And now they're saying, oh, no, there's no evidence that it's good for you. It could be bad for you, blah, blah. I mean, it's like whiplash, man. It's one thing is good for you, then it's bad for you, then it's bad for you, now it's good for you. I mean, it's all over the road. I feel like it's like a drunk driver, like swerving with a 0.31.
So the fact is, we're all racing toward death.
There you go.
So have a seat.
All right, so Roxanne, what do you want to add?
So I found this breakdown, and this is brought to us by you asked where the research comes from, Swinburne University of Technology and the Baker Heart Diabetes Center.
Right? Swinburne?
Yep. Okay, so for what it's worth, their research identified that the ideal breakdown for activity, 6 hours a day of sitting, 5 hours and 10 minutes of standing. So, MJ, you're close to, you better not stand. You only have an hour and 10 minutes to stand after this show. You've already done your 4 hours.
What about my walking? So I then walk for...
That's a different thing. That's a different thing.
Okay.
8 hours and 20 minutes of sleeping.
Oh, I don't get that.
No.
I get, maybe an hour nap during the day and then about 4 hours on average overnight.
2 hours and 10 minutes of light intensity physical activity, which could be like cleaning the house, errands, that type of stuff. And 2 hours and 10 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Go out and wash cars and plow the field?
Listen,
geez.
I could think of like a 3-minute activity I could partake in that would raise my heartbeat a little bit, but.
And this is from Swinefart University? Where's this from?
I looked it up because I'd never heard of it.
Where the hell is that?
Swinburne?
Swinburne.
W-S-I-N.
Where's it? Foreign or something?
Swinburne. It's in Australia.
Oh, there you go.
Well, of course, they should have told us that. I mean, of course, these Aussies are probably out, chasing kangaroos for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh, you don't want to stand up too much cooking the shrimp on the barbie.
I think that's racist toward Australians, what you guys just did.
What's that?
Saying they chase kangaroos and
yeah,
shrimp
they
on the
absolutely
barbie.
do. Well, actually, I shouldn't say they chase them. They run from them because a kangaroo will kick you in the face.
And not only kangaroos, you also have the relatives, which are the
dingoes?
No, the wallaby and the wallaroos, dude. Come on.
This is very culturally insensitive to Australians.
It's actually very animal-centric and descriptive of the landscape.
If you live in an apartment in Melbourne, you're not chasing kangaroos.
Says who? They'll come right up to your door, buddy.
They will.
Well,
and they'll
punch you.
They use the elevator.
They'll slap your fat ass silly.
It's really insensitive.
You ever been face-to-face with one? I don't think you want to.
I got swatted by, ask Michelle.
You did.
I got swatted by a kangaroo in Australia on our honeymoon in 1994.
I would just like to apologize to everybody on the continent of Australia for my two insensitive partners.
Tell you what,
here.
you have a kangaroo swat you with their little stubby kangaroo arm. That's like getting hit in the with a baseball bat. It's like it's a solid hit.
On Monday, I was talking to this comedian. He's doing a world tour. His name is Veer Das. He's an Indian comedian.
He's doing jokes on kangaroos?
No. Well, close. So I was like, so what's your favorite place on your stop? Where do you like to go the most or whatever? And his least favorite place was Australia because he says that animals they're everywhere. So he's staying at a hotel and a snake came out of the ceiling and landed on him landed near him while he was staying in his hotel. So Fester, it's a thing. Lots of wildlife. Be wary.
Yeah. All right, 9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. Thank you. Was it a black? What kind of snake was it that fell out of the ceiling? It was like a black mamba.
It was a cobra.
It was
I'd like to apologize to all Australians for.
Then he pulled out his little piccolo and his little flute, and he tamed that snake. All right. 9:23 at the MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next, and there's no shortage. Got some, I got good Hollywood stuff. I got celebrity crap we'll get to next. In a action-packed, totally jammed up final chunk, MJ Morning Show is next. Hey, I'm very excited. 9:31 at the MJ Morning Show. Stand tall, don't think small, don't put your back against the wall. This is Tommy Shaw, Girls with Guns. Always loved this song. Just wasn't a major hit, but, great song. Tommy Shaw, of course, from what band? Roxanne. Instant music quiz here on the MJ Morning Show. Tommy Shaw.
Don't know.
What band?
Don't know. Fester.
Hold on. Why are you mouthing it and not saying it?
I said it. I said I don't know.
No, but you like...
No, because my mic was off at first.
Oh. All right, no idea?
No clue.
Tommy Shaw, really?
No, I don't know.
You have no idea. Tommy Shaw?
Pass it to Fester. I'm going to pass.
Oh, come on. Fester, Tommy Shaw. Any idea?
I think I actually do have an idea.
All right, who do you think it is?
Is it, like Sticks or something? Or Kansas? Or...
It's not like Sticks or something.
I don't know.
It's Sticks,
I wouldn't have bet money on that.
Tommy Shaw and Dennis DeYoung. And... they kind of had a falling out. And
that's right.
You've got Tommy Shaw. He tours with Styx.
You know how come I know that?
And then Dennis DeYoung tours on his own.
We had tickets to Dennis DeYoung a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And I remember you mentioning about Tommy Shaw's not going to be there when we were in Styx.
Oh, mama, I'm in so far
from my home. Great song, huh? All right, 9:32 at the MJ Morning Show. I have a lot to get to here. I got a lot of Hollywood stuff, a lot of celebrity stuff we just didn't get to yet. Have audio. Oh, we've got an update. Amy Grant, speaking of music.
What happened to her? She okay?
Well, she's giving a health update after her brain injury and open heart surgery. And she's like, I am not ready to die. I met Amy Grant at 95.5 PLJ in 1991.
Yeah, that was her heyday, man.
Yeah. That was right around the time of that Amy Grant came into my production studio at 95.5 PLJ in New York City, 1991. And I recorded some IDs with her. Hey, it's Amy Grant. You're listening to 95.5 PLJ. And she was so nice. You know what? She probably says the same thing about me. You know, I went to this radio studio in New York at WPLJ, somewhere in the early '90s, and I met this guy, and he was the production guy there, and man, he was so nice. I wonder what he's doing today. I'm sure she's thinking about me just as I'm thinking about her. No, but she was a very sweet woman. Because over the years, I've met so many celebrities in music, TV, movies. I've just met a lot of folks over the years. And Amy Grant is always one of the ones that I remember as being just natural, friendly.
You're not going to believe this.
What?
She's coming to Clearwater next week.
Oh, really?
Is she?
Tuesday night. She's going to be at the Capitol Theater.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I saw that she's currently on tour.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the next appearance is the 19th in Clearwater, then Orlando, and then
that's going to be what, Tuesday night? That's going to be right before whatever the hurricane or tropical storm or whatever activity we might get next week.
You should go.
Hey, Amy, remember me? Hey, Amy, hey.
I was nice to you in 1991.
No, she was nice to me.
Well, you were nice back.
I was nice back. Yeah, anyway, I guess her health has been in really poor shape.
How? She's doing 50 concert dates.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to give you the details from the story. She's giving everybody a little health update. Baby. Anyway, so she's talking about her health. She underwent open heart surgery and had a brain injury after a bike crash. Remember that? She had a bike. She had a bike accident, and both of those happened in the last 3 days. No, I'm kidding. No, the last 4 years. She's 63 years old now. Wow. So that means when I met her, she was
43, 33?
She was 5 years older than me.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah,
30 years ago.
Yeah, because I guess I was about 23 or 24, maybe.
So 1991, she would have been...
maybe I was 25 in New York at the time.
So what was that, 33 years ago? 63 minus 30?
Yeah, she would have been in her early 30s. Anyway...
she's been crushing on you ever since.
Yeah. She said, I always saw myself living well into my 90s. My grandmother lived to be 94. Listen, well, I guess what really put her in kind of a health spiral was the bike accident. She shared before discovering the heart issues that she thought she was going to live a very long time. She says that she's not ready to die. I mean, well, clearly not. She's supposed to be in Clearwater on tour next week.
So, I mean, listen, if you have an issue and you get it taken care of, then you might be past it.
Yeah, her heart problem was only discovered after a doctor suggested that she be tested when her husband, singer Vince Gill...
Yeah, she married Vince Gill, yeah.
Vince Gill is 67, and he was experiencing shortness of breath. So she goes to get tested, and they find heart problems. And prior to that, she had a bike wreck, and she had a head injury. All I know is she was really, really nice. Folks, go see Amy Grant. Go see her at the
Capitol Theater.
Capitol Theater.
It has a new name, the Bilheimer.
The Bilge Pump Theater?
No, Bilheimer.
What is Whoopi Goldberg babbling about?
She's just babbling away. She's got a lot to talk about, I would imagine.
You know what? I bet your show prep for The View is pretty easy these days.
Yeah, she's got so much material.
Well, listen to this. Whoopi Goldberg says that she'd leave The View if she had more money. Wow. Oh, my God. How much money does she have? And she would leave The View? You're telling me that Whoopi Goldberg does not have enough money saved? That she's got to keep working on The View to put food on her table?
Just get that weekly check. I'm sure she's making a great living on The View, but I've always held Whoopi like in that top echelon of comics.
Yeah.
Like the Robin Williams category, the Billy Crystal category.
She's up there.
Sister Act. How much money did she make from Sister Act 1, 2, and 3 or whatever?
I've always held Whoopi Goldberg in high esteem for Ghost. What a classic.
That's right. The medium in Ghost.
Yes.
I've always thought of her as back when her comedy stuff, I thought she was very talented. I liked Whoopi a lot.
Listen to this.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay? So I'm a working person.
I don't understand that. So you're telling me that...
Hold on.
Hold
She's
on.
not crying poverty here.
What I'm extrapolating from that is that with what she said, that sort of means that she wouldn't be working at The View if she had enough money.
Well, enough money is $1 billion.
No, it's not.
Well, what's enough money?
Look, $5 million. I don't listen. I mean,
if I had $200,000, you'd never see me again. All right,
Andrew.
It's all relative.
Andrew, look up. How much money does Whoopi Goldberg make a year on The View? I bet she makes what, $10 million a year, or $7 million. What is her annual salary?
Is she comparing herself to Elon or Trump or somebody who claims to be a billionaire?
Look, I said $10 million, then I said $7. It's $8 million.
Okay,
She makes $8 million a year. What, you having trouble getting by on that?
I don't think you're reading that wrong.
And how many years has she been on The View?
Well, let's see.
Did she take a break?
Moderator since 2007.
All right.
And in 2016, her annual salary was between $5 and $6 million.
Oh my
think
God!
You're taking it the wrong way.
No, I'm not taking.
I think. Well, what's the rest of it? Who is she comparing herself to?
Listen to the audio.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
No, you should have enough money in the world. So it's sounding like if she had more money, that she wouldn't be there. If she had enough money, she's out of there.
All right.
She's gone.
Does Jeff Bezos have all the money in the world?
Pretty close.
Okay, right. And
he's Elon Musk.
Okay, they still work. They still work on projects. They still work on goals.
I don't say that. Listen, I mean...
she's a blabbermouth on The View. I mean, it's not like she's saying, hey, my kids aren't eating. My grandkids are shoeless. That's what I thought you were going to position it as.
Candace Cameron. Do you know who that is? Candace Cameron Bure. Do you know who that is?
Wasn't she on The View for a while?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Candace Cameron Bure, her claim to fame is...
She was on that...
I know what she was on. Full House.
Yeah. Exactly. So, Candace Cameron Bure, who was on Full House, 48 years old, and I thought this was very sweet.
She was on The View.
Oh, she was?
For a couple of years. She was like one of the more... she was like the conservative voice.
How the hell did you know that? What are you, a closet viewaholic?
I'm a closet Candace
What do you
Cameron
like that?
Bure.
You like that abrasive, obnoxious Joy Behar?
You know what? Tell you what, man. Back in her day, she was a piece.
Oh, she was not a piece.
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar was never a piece.
My kind of lady. I like her.
Stop it.
She's feisty.
Get out of here. Anyway.
Back when Rosie was on the show?
Candace Cameron Bure from Full House, she said something which I thought was very, very interesting. She was talking about a very important lesson that Bob Saget taught her. Bob Saget taught her from working with her on Full House, don't leave a room without this. Never leave a room. This is like the MJ Morning Show inspirational comment of the day.
Let's hear it.
Like every room you go in?
She said, I try to remember to tell all the people I love that I love them every time I see them. And she did an interview with Page Six. And she was, I guess, at the Scleroderma Research Foundation's Cool Comedy event. Cool Comedy Hot Cuisine. Get it? And what she said was, tell the people you love that you love them. Don't leave the room without it. And said that Bob Saget preached that was a Bob Saget thing, and that she walked away with that from Saget and forever, holds that in very high regard.
All right, so you and your bride are watching Netflix. You have to go, number one. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I love you. Then you come back 3 minutes later and sit down and start watching whatever you're watching?
Yeah.
I mean, every room?
Yeah.
All right, we got the Hawk Tuah girl.
Oh, do we have to?
Talk about people I love.
Yeah.
This is where you and I are opposites, Buster. I'm ready for her to
I don't like her.
Not be a thing anymore.
Oh, she's fantastic.
So wait a minute. She worked
at a mattress spring factory.
No, I don't. Was it mattress?
I think she made springs for mattresses.
I just heard that she worked at a spring factory. So she goes from that. She's boing-boinging it. She's boinging it at a spring factory. In Tennessee or Arkansas, whatever the hell she was.
It was Tennessee.
Tennessee Spring Factory.
And she met the guy who made her famous in downtown Nashville.
And that was the whole, the Hawk Tuah.
Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh God, that sounds like a high quality woman right there. Anyway, she is allegedly dating a Minnesota Vikings quarterback.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know the Vikings very well. Is Sam Darnold, is he the starting quarterback for the Vikes?
Okay, so Sam Darnold is a big-time quarterback. He was like one of the top draft picks for the Jets.
All right.
He didn't make it there, but he's the starting quarterback for the Vikings.
So wait a minute, he didn't make it in New York?
No.
Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
The Jets are an armpit of a team.
Oh, so the Giants. I mean, just awful. Just absolutely terrible. And neither team actually plays in New York.
Yeah, the best thing the Jets do is screw up young quarterbacks. And they screwed up Darnold for a while. He bounced around for a couple of years. He was going to be the backup in Minnesota, but their top draft pick from Michigan got injured. He gets the starting role, and I think they're like one loss on the season, maybe two losses. They're having an incredible year.
So the rumor is this obscure 20-something from a spring factory in Tennessee allegedly is now rumored to be dating the Minnesota Vikings quarterback, Sam Darnold. All because of
Huck Tuin.
Listen,
she wouldn't be on this guy's radar if it weren't for
Huck Tuin
and spitting on that thing.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, while she has started her path to fame on a joke and kind of a crude joke, if you really want to break it down.
What's the Pookie thing?
Is that
so
her,
there's a
like her?
Is that her nickname for
her
him?
boyfriend?
Well, she's all right. For now, the public knows.
Someone you love dearly. That's what Pookie is. Someone you love dearly.
Right. For now, the public knows that Welch. So her real name is Welch. What's her
Haley
first?
Welch.
Haley Welch is the Hawk Tua girl.
So here's a clip from her podcast, Talk Tua.
Oh, that's right. Her podcast is Talk Tua.
Talk Tua with Haley Welch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbelievable.
Talk Tua to me.
This girl's got more followers than I have on social media, and
listen, you start putting videos of you spitting on that thing, you'll be real popular before you know it.
What's wrong with this world?
Not with your crowd.
What's going on in this?
Listen, so she has this rise to fame. But listen, I'll tell you, in her defense, remember when we were kind of chuckling that she was throwing out the first pitch for the Mets during baseball? During that time, she did a fundraiser to raise a lot of money for veterans causes. She's doing something charitable with all of this work.
Listen, I'll give her credit for that.
Yeah.
But I'm about over her. So, I was over her 3 months ago already. So,
she's just. How do you segue out of that?
Well, no, I was just about to.
Okay, is she
on Tua? The next segment.
Thank you. All right.
So hold on. It's a question mark. I don't think they're actually dating. I'm reading an article from the Daily Mail.
No,
online.
there's a rumor they're dating.
Okay.
There's a rumor that I don't know if it's confirmed. There's just a rumor that she's dating. All right. So here's the deal. Ever get head at the beach?
You know what?
Man,
guilty as charged.
Stop.
Okay, TMI.
A human head washed up on a beach here in Florida, Key Biscayne.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine you're walking down the beach and there's a human head on the beach? Oh my God! An investigation launched yesterday morning. A person just raking, I guess, debris off of the beach in Key Biscayne, just east of Miami, came across a human head. What the? Miami-Dade police said the person found the head around 8:30 a.m. after it washed ashore on Key Biscayne. The beachgoer immediately called authorities. Yeah, that's what you do when you find a head on the beach.
Yeah, you call the police.
Wow. You know, message in a bottle. You maybe have a metal... You have a metal detector. You're finding old class rings that people lost.
My kids like looking for seashells at the beach.
Yeah. Seashells.
They dig up a little bit, look for seashells.
Yeah. Well, look what we found at the beach today. We found a freaking head, a human head at the beach, Key Biscayne. That's
a beach trip you won't forget.
That's fantastic.
That's a great story to follow up Hawk Tua now that I think about it.
Hey, I don't know if you saw this, but the Denzel Washington Gladiator 2 movie is supposed to be great. It's supposed to be like a really good performance. And did I see that he's also threatening to retire, that he's going to do another Black Panther movie.
Yeah, I saw that. I just saw the headline. Black Panther 3 will be his last movie.
Yeah, and then Denzel is going to retire. Anyway, I'm just bringing up the fact that the word is that Gladiator 2 is really, really good. Has this opened yet, or when the hell does this thing open?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I just saw a review, and I was like, whoa. It's supposed to be fantastic. Hits theaters November 22nd. So next week is when Gladiator 2 with Denzel is supposed to open, and it's supposed to be very, very good.
Ooh, it stars the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, look at that. I think we can go.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
We got through a lot.
We did. We actually got. Oh, one other thing. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the story that there was do you remember the Saturday Night Live cast? There was a claim that there was one guest that made
people cry.
Yes.
Yeah, like one of the.
Well, it's now been revealed.
All right, which one?
It has been revealed the guest host on Saturday Night Live that made, I guess, a cast member or cast members cry was... Would you like to take a ride in my Tesla?
Not Elon. Not Elon.
It was Elon Musk.
Really?
Yep. Chloe Fineman, who I think is very talented. I kind of like her work, except for that little alcoholic beverage that she's in, that like Euro trash outfit. And you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's in that commercial for I don't even know the name of it. It's like some kind of vodka, like a fruit infused vodka drink, and she's all dressed up like some Euro trashy chick. I'm not a real fan of that, but I do like Chloe Fineman quite a bit, and she claims that it was Elon Musk that made her cry on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, Elon has responded.
Yeah, and then Elon responds.
Yeah.
And what does he say? What was his excuse?
He said, grow a set.
Get out of my way. I'll put you on a rocket to Mars.
I will crush you. Just one drop of my pee is worth more than you. That's
probably, yeah.
Which is 100%, it's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got to go. All right. It's 9:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Have a phenomenal Wednesday. Obviously, we're keeping our eyes on whatever the heck's going to happen. You know, Dennis said that one of the latest Euro AI runs had it kind of fizzling out, but then a lot of the other models are putting what's potentially Hurricane Sarah or Tropical Storm Sarah into the west coast of Florida this time next week. So listen, you stay with us and we'll keep you fully up to speed on this here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Have a great day, folks. See you tomorrow morning, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna Jar and Levine.